Well, how we doing? How we feeling? It's game day, but it's not a game day. I don't know. Helmets today, helmets tomorrow. For sure, helmets tomorrow.
Could do honorary helmet today.
Although I guess
this is exciting
because I had those games in what Prague.
Yeah,
so the season's kind of started.
Totally
But
skipped over these games.
yeah,
well, that's what happens when you put it at 11 a.m. on a Friday here. I think it's great that they're doing it, but tonight's opening night. That was a little bonus for two franchises and Europe.
although in fairness, opening night starts this afternoon as well.
Yes, it is a 1:30 start in Seattle. They working there? Or are they just smoking dope? Brett?
Just
What's
high
the
as a
story?
kite out there.
Yeah.
They're that excited about the year in Seattle?
Oh, they got to be. They signed up Chandler Stevenson for 7 years.
Old Champ.
How old's he
Old
going to be?
Sasker. Old
Yeah.
Amalek guy.
It's like, yeah, he
Oh,
kind of
baby.
was showing signs of age and had a bad year statistically. Let's give him 7.
We spent a shit ton on Brandon Montour and Chandler Stevenson, and we can't wait.
And to
Can't
be
wait.
fair, if you are going to be excited about those guys, this is the year to do it. Because in 3 years, I don't know how exciting that's going to be when they're 32 or whatever.
Chandler Stevenson. That's a nice story of perseverance and dedication. Because remember, he was in Washington. It was kind of nice,
How do
whatever.
you
That's
know?
right.
And then Vegas gave up
McPhee.
a couple picks, second and something.
Yeah.
Maybe give it a shot.
Well, they did the same thing with
Look at this
Nate Schmidt. They Schmidt your pants in
Right.
Washington. They brought him over because McPhee knew that org well.
Yeah. Where is Nate Schmidt now?
He was Winnipeg the last check, wasn't he?
Because it was Vancouver and Winnipeg, and everybody loved him. It feels like no one loves him anymore.
Yeah,
Does
he's
no one
getting
love
longer in
Nate
the
Schmidt
tooth.
anymore?
He was most loved while he was in Vegas. That's
Loved
for
him in
sure.
Vegas.
Yeah, well, was he
Love
captain year one or one of those three? They had a bunch because I know England was
Yeah, I
smart.
don't know.
Maybe he's a letter.
He was a letter. I don't know. Speaking of England, you bring that up. I don't know if it was a pike bomb. I think it was a pike bomb.
Really?
Well, if it was Pike, it was a bomb.
Pike bomb.
Pike bomb. It's a pike bomb.
Sam Honzek will wear number 29.
Yes.
No one has worn 29 since Derek England.
Oh, wow. That is a Pike bomb.
Isn't it?
Well, I thought that was going to the rafters. How could they do forever a flame like
They don't
that?
do that here. Yeah, they don't do that.
They don't do what here?
retire.
I don't know
numbers.
what they do here, to be
Oh,
fair.
I don't know.
If someone wants to explain how it works, that would be great because they've never done it.
Yeah.
And no one's worn 14 ever, but that's not up in there. Got it. Thanks for making sense.
25 is kind of up there.
Yeah, but then
when
it's
you
up-
own the team, you make your own damn decisions.
That's right.
Yeah, well, I feel like all of us are going to own a piece of that team now with the amount of public money going into the ring. Do we get some say on this stuff?
No.
Can we stop putting
Do you want
goalies
a new
into
ring?
Forever
Do
a
you want a
Flame
new
guys'
ring?
numbers?
Do you want a new ring?
Yeah, I think the
Okay.
billionaires should buy the ring. That'd be great. Too late for that.
If you were a billionaire, would you?
No.
Or would you try and find a way
guess
I
to?
would.
The question
The
would be,
reason I'm a billionaire is because I'm a billionaire because I'm good at business and I'm going
Yeah.
to operate this.
you're good at
like a
making money,
business.
but there's different kinds of billionaires. There's like the Mark Cuban, I like really enjoy this. This is like a passion project. And there's the like, man, I can make an extra 10 grand on this $1 billion property if I fire this person. There's different ways to be billionaires. And
I
you're
don't know
right.
what
If you're
you
good at making money, you could definitely save 10 grand. And hey, you're 10 sheets over your photocopy, and that's coming out of your.
Point at me.
You photocopied too much here at the office. You owe me $30.
Is that a thing?
Brett told us it was a thing 5 years ago.
I never said anything.
You sure
about
did
it.
on air.
Yeah, he never said anything like
That's
that.
right.
Didn't say anything. So what do we have? 3 games today, an afternoon game, and then the hockey club plays their first official game tonight. Correct?
They
Yeah,
dumped
not an
that again,
afternoon
like
game.
kid.
Yeah, he's back to Kelowna. They're going to be
Back
good
to
again.
Yeah. Back to
His
Kelowna.
dad called me yesterday.
Come on,
What's he doing? He's. I thought he
Oh,
was
no,
going to
I
be.
didn't answer. I ignored.
I didn't answer.
you're sour with him, eh? Is that what it
Jeez.
is? You're pouty pants.
No, I was busy and I missed it. And then I called him back. He didn't answer. Sent him a text. Didn't reply. Get out of here, egg. What's
Poor
blowing up my
Is
phone?
Nate Schmidt a Florida Panther this year?
There you see it. That's today's schedule. 2:30. It's Eastern time because that's what we do. So 2:30 Mountain Time. The Blues of St. Louis are in Seattle to take on the Kraken. Now,
1:30. What do you do for a
suck.
1:30 puck drop?
Oh, you hate
You go to
it.
big
So
brunch,
you-
hammer some mimosas, a couple Caesars.
Oh, if you're going to play or
Well, no, I'm not going to play, but if you're going to watch the game.
Well, I used to play, so I thought maybe.
Did you
you're
drink
at-
before the game?
Not
I,
been-
when I said
Well,
mimosas and Caesars, I thought
yeah.
I made that
I
clear.
had
Oh, is it game day?
I'm like a pilot. I had an 8-hour window where I didn't.
Right.
Well, lunch today is in that 8-hour window. Just a heads up for you. If you're playing at 1:30, don't have a boozy breakfast. Kraken.
Bruins
Friends.
and the Panteros.
Sway dog?
No sway dog today.
Nate Schmidt,
Oh no.
Corp Dog.
Corpusalo.
Did
Yeah.
we, I'm sure one of you donkeys has it. The rings are out.
Rings came out yesterday.
Rings. Oh, I didn't see him.
Neither did I.
You got him?
You sure?
No.
Hmm.
I don't do the Pinder Report.
Why is that a Pinder Report item? That's
Well,
normal.
it's
It doesn't
better
have
than
anything to do
this-
with reptiles.
The doves pooping in the perch or alligators eating.
I got a motivational message for you today.
Yes.
Pinder
Do you?
Report. Yeah.
Good.
Yes.
Can't wait. And just sorry, Jack. The other, so the Bruins of the Panthers, and then you've got the Hawks of Chicago
Hockey club.
taking on the Hockey Club.
Now, which hockey club again? Is that?
I honestly,
'Cause I think
hope
they're the
if we're
Coyotes. The Coyotes hockey club.
passive aggressive enough on it that they'll make it, that they'll give the team a name.
I think they're going to stick with this. I
I
hate
it's
it, but
the
I think they're gonna-
dumbest thing going.
I don't know if it's the dumbest. It's just very
When you were gone, sorry, I'm interrupting.
just crushed.
No, but you know how they have the TV, the bumpers or whatever, the liners underneath.
Sure, yeah.
The
Little ticker.
replays, the ticker. Yeah, it was the Hockey Club versus.
Hockey clubs.
Blackhawks versus Hockey Club.
HC would be.
Well, exactly. Like it wasn't even HC; it was Hockey Club.
Because
I'm
seriously,
like,
you go to Europe. That's an incredibly normal thing. For
That's
all
great.
sports.
yeah, but they call the team the.
There's a lot of shit that goes on in Europe that we don't do here.
no, totally.
That's
And,
the reason we left that damn place.
if you'd relocated the team from like I don't know Munich, maybe that'd make more
Yeah,
sense.
then okay, keep
But
you
some of
would
that.
also put Munich
that
on the
culture.
ticker.
Munich
not,
HC.
not a Hockey
or
Club.
MHC, or you go UHC, but you don't put hockey club. That's
Hockey
correct.
Club.
Yeah.
I was dying.
Yeah, whoever's doing the Chiron. Is that what we call it in TV?
Sure.
Chiron?
Yeah.
Graphics and
Yeah,
Chiron.
oh, Chiron's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be Chiron.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're good.
You know, on the TV, the thing.
Yeah.
With the thing is-
I don't interrupt you. Dear God, the TV, the
Oh.
thing at the bottom. Grandpa, what the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, well.
Smelling burnt toast?
So 3 games today, Flames tomorrow.
Yeah.
They'll travel today.
Because
No
it's
more
not
of that.
preseason.
No
Yeah.
more of that traveling day of game stuff.
No more of that
Yes.
saving the owner money budget
Holy
preseason travel.
Get off a jeez,
Is
poor
there something going
Jeez.
on? Did you read an article somewhere? That
big Murr, just taking it right in the.
He's doing his best here.
He's doing a great job of making money. You see how much money he's saving on the cap this year?
Yeah.
The last 5 years of this hockey club, the
The
entire
hockey club or the Flames?
That's confusing, isn't
Which
it?
one?
Damn it. Like,
So we're just-
when was the last time they had any cap space?
Rare.
Like maybe
Very,
a couple
very
million
rare.
bucks. Maybe like even last year they started in LTIR.
Well, they got rid of Treleving. Everywhere he goes, he's got to spend right to it.
It is true. And this year they got like 18 million. And when Sharon Govich gets healthy, it'll be like closer to 20 because they'll send someone down.
Right.
Like that's 20 million bucks not on your expense sheet this year. So while attendance may be down, you might be way ahead anyway.
So just
I love this rebuild stuff. Why
so
are we
while
thinking
we're
this
doing
sooner?
this, yeah, I mean, you're kind of, this is very cherry picky of you. This is what you called for. Let's please let's get a rebuild underway. Let's get young. Let's get
Oh, I
rid of
think
the
it's
high
great.
price
Let's
talent.
have cap space so we can.
So
get
now
some-
they do that, and now you're saying, "Oh, Choner's a cheap bastard.
No,
He's
he's
got $20 million.
smart.
He's saving money."
I just don't think they think of it that way because this has been an owner that's been really hesitant to rebuild. The only time they've done it is when they've failed at trying to run it back so many times that it's the only option left.
Oh, I think we're all aware of that.
No,
I'm just trying to get to the point we're making. You're
No, but I don't think like the owner, it's not crazy to suggest he's bottom line focused. That's every industry he works in. People say that, and that's great. He's the owner. He see what he wants. But I don't think when you think about the rebuild, like, oh, geez, that's going to cost us money. You're not really factoring in like, oh, I'm going to spend 60 million on players, not 80. You're like, oh shit, that's right. Like they have a ton of fucking cap space and they're going to trade away some guys this year.
yeah.
It might be 25 million by the end of the year. They're
Right.
saving.
No, because I want you to use some of that cap space for.
I'd like them to too, but it's weird when this team's asked to retain money, isn't it?
That's
Remember the Markstrom deal that didn't
But
work?
they've done some.
How much and where?
They kept on Markstrom,
Mhm.
right?
Got a couple million. Yeah.
They did not keep on Zadorov, right? Or
nope.
No,
they did not keep on Zadorov. I don't know. I just you're
they've been hesitant. That's all.
you're taking the piss out of the ownership right now, and I'm just saying.
I think they're doing the right thing. It's been a while since they.
I don't think anybody would ever
committed to
say
their
that the Flames haven't been a success because the owner won't spend money, or that they're.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with that
Come
too.
on.
Because
No, I'm not
They've
suggesting
spent.
that. I mean, you could say they haven't been a success if you look at the on ice results. That's kind of more the point. That's why you have to go into one of these things.
But it's
their
not
hesitance to go into a rebuild is why they've been mediocre.
sure.
For
But
the
it's
better
not
part
a
of-
financial thing. It's not been I'm not spending money on this roster.
No, they spend the cap. But to be
That's
fair,
it. That's stop.
yeah,
Just stop.
everyone
Just
does.
stop.
Not everyone.
That's it.
Yeah, not Arizona. Everyone else spends the cap.
The Arizona doesn't exist. It's a hockey club.
Yeah,
Or the
now-
Pitts-
and now they
yeah.
spend the cap.
Or the Pirates.
Poor Pirates.
Do the Sabres?
They got a bunch of space, but they're the youngest team in the league. So you got lots of ELCs
It's a
and
bit of a both. I think.
RFAs and no ARB.
14.
Still wearing that hat back there.
Looking good, buddy.
I just ordered a new hat.
No,
Did
you got
you?
that out of a beer box, didn't you?
Hats are expensive now.
You're damn right. My kids are fancy like you. They think they can custom make and order it. Dad, I want a new hat. Oh yeah, which one? Oh, I gotta go online
I
and
could go online.
build it.
Yeah. So coming in here on Saturday to get some stuff done in here. And you know what? Kudos to the boys. We didn't really say much yet. Jack and RJ were in here for 12 plus hours on Saturday.
Good work. Good work, man.
Just out of the
And you even said Bobby Germany showed up.
Robert Munich showed up. He was putting in some time with us, giving us his opinions on how things should look and what this sort of thing. But that morning, Jack, do you want to kind of run us through the hours leading up to the arrival here at the studio on Saturday?
It was a long night. We ended up at Greta. Shout out Greta. And then a couple, I do know where I was, but at the time I didn't. So we were at Greta until the lights come on, and that's always dangerous. The lights come on, you leave Greta,
That's Pinderish.
and I'm following my buddies back to their place. And I don't remember anything after that than waking up on his couch and going, where the fuck am I? It's 5:30 in the morning. I'm like, fuck, I got to get home. I got a busy day. I'm going to be hanging out with Dean and RJ for the next 10 hours.
You got P Diddy'd.
I did not get P. Diddy'd.
Jesus.
You got a P on your hat.
I do.
This is like watching the baby bird come out of the nest and fly for the first time. I'm so proud.
Oh, Jaggy.
It's amazing.
Jaggy Bear.
Yeah, it's a
It
fun
was a
story right
long
now.
night. Yeah.
That morning, it was not as.
Were
less
you a
fun.
little off? You had to battle? And he
think?
still put in 12.
He
Yeah.
put in
That's
12
that's what youthfulness will get you.
and no complaining,
Man,
no
He's
bitching.
not a complainer.
He just kind of threw the brakes on at one point. I'm just going to go
I had to go get some air
Get some
and
air.
some Advil.
and some
I was going to
Advil
say painkiller and hydrate.
and some water. So he walked down to the corner store to grab some medication and hydration.
Good for you.
But when he walked in, he said, how's it going? Jack?" Yeah, I don't know. I woke up. I didn't know where I was. I don't know how I got home. So it was quite a shift you put in.
It was.
Jack, proud of you.
Thank
Well
you.
done, Jack.
Thanks, guys.
Good for you, bud.
It's a good night.
Good for you. So today we can. So Flames are tomorrow. 3 games. You saw them there today. We'll
Mhm.
kind of do some future stuff for
Yeah.
our buddies over at Bet365. If you go to the Bet365, and if you haven't, you go and proud partner of Barnburner. There it is. FN bonus is the promo code. Download the app, open up a new account, use that promo code, and there will be, oddly enough, a little bit of a bonus in there. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
I don't want to tell stories out of school, but I've done the gambling thing on a few different places. It's absolutely unbelievable.
This is
It's like, why
Oh.
was I not here sooner?
I enjoyed it this morning.
and here's the key: responsibly.
Yeah.
Always.
Right? Always responsibly. So there's all kinds of, and I believe you have until Thursday to get your future stuff in, and then listen, games have already been played.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to give you too much of a head start here,
Yeah.
but there's the individual awards. There's who's making the playoffs. There's how many points. There's all kinds of future
Player
stuff.
milestones,
Yeah.
in and out of the playoffs, lots of good stuff.
That's right. And we'll look at some of that today.
You want to do it now? I'm really excited.
Are you so excited?
I'm so excited.
Obviously, I'm
It's a
very
song.
excited.
Obviously. Can't help it. You're about to lose control and you think you like it?
I like it.
Like Jack on Friday night?
Something like that. Also, well, I'll mention that later on. I'm just going to put here just a quick note.
Side note.
Mm.
See, he uses lots of paper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's only one of us that doesn't.
I don't have I can't even have a computer up
No,
here.
you can't.
You will you'll be Googling weird faux
I
science.
did
That's
notice
why.
yesterday the one time I looked at my phone, I completely
Zoned out.
Sound
Yeah.
right out. Yeah.
We couldn't really control that when you were in Buffalo. I don't know if you
sometimes
yourself
you were guys
zoning
were
out?
boring to talk to. So
our insiders felt that way too. Yeah.
the one day here I fell asleep when Noodles was talking. Sheesh. Pull it together, man. I'm talking.
Yeah,
about,
he's a
I'm
very-
talking about noodles.
Dull character.
That's right.
Jamie
Tell
McLennan.
him to turn it up.
Yeah, if he could just be a little more entertaining and engaging. Got a text this morning from my buddy Justin over at Vina Nova. They're doing the big move. November
that's
1st,
right.
Market Mall, brand new location for Vina Nova, of course, lab-grown diamonds. And the sale was going on until at the existing store until the end of September. He says, you know what? We're going to push that a little bit. In-store sale ends on Saturday. So already the amazing savings that you go from dirty, gross, dirty mined diamonds to beautiful, pristine lab grown, which are
Mhm.
already 50, 60, 75% less than the dirty diamonds. More savings on top of that. Because why move
Even
all
more.
the stuff when
Jeez.
you can just sell it and make people happy?
You should get some for your. What?
Yeah, you're going to.
Coming back from Australia with 2 kids by herself. What a deal.
Yeah, your wife gets home tomorrow. You should buy her flowers for having an extra half week of vacation.
Who was she with? Did you bring the boys home?
I offered to.
Did you?
They needed to miss more hockey. Yeah. School, 3 weeks. I'm not in the Warner
This school is what grade?
4.
Yeah. So no one's going back over the what do they call the transcripts?
Yeah, grade 4.
Yeah, grade. Yeah. How do you do in that grade 4 geometry test?
You know, math's a little weak. I really liked your PE score in grade 4, though. You must have it locked in on kickball.
Yeah. We would ordinarily,
If you're smart, you would just teach them how to use AI and not get caught.
except you
It'd
here
be a
at
grade 7.
Harvard, but we see there was that extra week
Yeah.
back in grade 4.
That's right.
What's this time off you've been taking?
I'm more concerned about my first year goalie being an absolute sieve because he hasn't seen a puck in 3 weeks.
Ah,
You're
it's
fine.
early.
So as we were saying, downtown showroom, the second level at Stephen Avenue Place. The deals are on. You may as well get after it. Get in front of it for once in your life, fellas. Get in front of it.
Yeah.
Get the birthday, anniversary, and especially the Christmas gift bought in advance.
Especially for you people that are downtown.
Why wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah. Before you go to Market Mall, you're
Yeah.
already there.
You're
Stop
there.
by
Get
at work.
get
lunch.
off your tuchus, go slide over,
Get a deal.
grab a bowl of soup in the old whatever it is there in the
Yeah.
food court there, then saunter on down, grab some earrings or maybe a nice pendant, maybe a ring, whatever. It's all there. It's all lab grown. The savings are unbelievable, and the support and the staff are tremendous. Vinanova.com. Also sales on the website
If you
till Saturday.
go down a floor, there's that restaurant. Have an English Garden. That's the tastiest cocktail in the entire city.
Let me see.
Right there.
Give me the
Gin, elderflower, house green apple soda. 1.5 ounces. That is like danger sauce.
You know what's amazing with, just give me a sec. You know what's amazing with Pinder is that he'll pull this stuff. You need to have the Scamina sweetie
Scamalama ding dong.
with the elderflower and the whoopties and all this. And then he'll drink right out of a toilet by 10 p.m.
Oh,
So
yeah.
It's fancy cocktails and all
multifaceted,
this.
this man.
Ooh, it's very, that's like a very, the elderflowers.
You,
like Ryan,
He's spitting the wine back in the spittoon.
not doing
Yeah.
You're gonna taste the first 4 or 5 drinks. You're not gonna taste 15 through 20, Dean.
I will say this: you can do both. It depends on the mood and the setting. Sometimes,
Yeah, you got to fool people into thinking.
some of those fancy cocktails though
Yeah.
can be
Yeah.
say
It's like,
magnifique.
Ryan,
English
there's cigarette butts in that cup. That's it.
Put it in my boot. I'll drink it.
That's the elderflower is so delicious. Now, do we want to get it?
What?
Lots of places we can go.
I guess so.
Just keep steering up.
I don't know even what to
Put the
talk.
bumpers on.
The team for the Flames, the roster's been announced.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that thing we talked about all day yesterday.
No, can't do it. Although I do think maybe we have not given enough time to the sad news of the loss of Cole Schwind. Here's a centerman.
He is a center.
He's a center.
He's a center not named Sam Morton. And so now when you go to the farm and you need a center, guess who you're calling?
Sam.
Yes.
Sam's pumped.
Hank
Get
Horton.
the hell
We
out
like
of here.
Sam.
I like he's great.
I got a lot
been
of time.
very
for
What do, you
Sam.
got, what do you mean you got time for Sam?
Oh,
What's
you should have
Sam do
seen him.
for you.
You should have seen him in Penticton. What a
He's
guy.
all boom, boom, boom.
Oh, what a guy.
Well, and to be fair, like he's a guy that came right out of college last year, jumped into the American League, and was very good.
Yeah, at the
That's-
ripe
I
age
thought
of
the thing-
25.
I thought I was just gonna say I thought this college thing was the next closest to the AHL.
Yeah, Ryan.
No, I mean, I don't know. Like it's a men's pro league. So yeah, how do you compare it to, I don't know.
32 game men's pro league.
No, I'm talking about the AHL. The collegiate isn't that, right?
Yeah.
Like to your point, the schedule is entirely different. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's definitely of the age. If he's going to be good, it has to be now.
I will say this, that you boo him.
Zeev Buium,
Yeah.
the pioneer.
Watched him play against
How good was he?
Tight.
Yeah.
Doesn't really slow down when he's on the ice, Dean.
It'll be interesting to see as time passes how he and Perrick compare out, because they were both on the board, as was Sam Dickinson. It was Carter Yakimchuk that went early amongst that D class that really shuffled the top 10 for defensemen. And we talked about, is it a thing? Is it not a thing? Like if Zeev Buium is from Ontario playing in the O and Zane Perrick is at DU and is an American, do you pick Zane Perrick? I don't know.
Because
He was flying.
William kind of fell a little bit by the time it was said and done. It's kind of a nice pick.
I think
For Minnesota, yeah, totally. And look, he played a monster role in college where the average age is significantly older than what you have in major junior. But in major junior, Perrick put up almost 100 points as a 17-year-old as a defenseman. So, like, yeah, we're probably going to be talking about 2 all-star caliber defensemen in 8 years. But it'll be neat to see how this defensive class shakes out, because there was the slide on D. All these forwards kept going. You're like, shit, I thought we could have like 5D top 10. They slide. Dickinson later than you thought. Perrick later than you thought. Buium later than you thought. The Salayev, the big Russian, to Jersey.
All
that's what happens when Bennett Seneke
I
goes
watched
to
him because I was
Anaheim
doing
too.
homework all weekend watching hockey.
Yeah, scouting.
And
Is that what you were doing?
yeah,
It's very
and
good.
he was zooming.
Jack's got the TV. Are you
Yeah,
listening
turn
to another podcast while we're doing this? Or sorry, are we?
Watching Steelers
Are you
highlights?
busy?
No, I have the YouTube stream going so I can hear both
Oh, I see.
audios. Is it too? Are you picking it up?
I don't know that it's going on but I can hear that you're.
Oh,
up to
okay.
something
I'll
over there.
turn it down a little.
He
Sorry.
doesn't like your professionalism today, so
I mean, it goes back to last week. Remember, it was the
yeah.
middle of the show, and he was. I know.
Just stop now. Big red stop.
By the way, big shout out to Hearing Loss Clinic. How the hell did you? That's impressive.
You can hear it.
Yeah.
Hear it for sure, can't you? Everything good, Jack? Yeah. Okay. Just want to make sure.
Sorry, I got you guys
Oh,
sidetracked.
that's all right.
William's good. Yeah.
I put a couple of things in the drive there, just quickly, Jack. Just
It's a
couple
hard
of
name to
photos.
say
It's a lot of
Zeev
vowels. They like to buy
Zeev?
a consonant. Yeah.
because the guys were really screwing it up. They were terrible callers from Alaska. There was a 5-on-3 and it was
So it's
5-on-5.
Anchorage or Fairbanks? Anchorage.
Yeah.
So he will be a second year.
Zev.
That's a lot of vowels. Second year player at the collegiate level. And then next year probably jumps to Minnesota.
Either way, he was good.
He was all right.
Yeah.
Kids, kids today, so good, so strong.
So soft, but talented.
That's what they say. Coming up later this week. Today's Tuesday. Maybe Thursday might be the day. We'll get into the Great Clips inbox. We are kicking out. It's back, buddies, babies. It is back.
Well, that's
It is
exciting.
the Great Clips inbox. If there's I wonder what Rhett thinks about this, or I wonder what Pinder and his thoughts would be about this. Well, you can send an email to the Great Clips inbox, and then we'll get to it later in the week. More than 4,400 hair salons throughout the U.S. and Canada. Great Clips is the world's largest hair salon brand, official hair salon of the NHL, locally owned and operated. 7 days a week is when they're open. Only 7 days.
That's
a week.
easy to remember.
Yeah, if you've got maybe a little too much salt, not enough pepper in your mustache, maybe they can help you out there. I'm sure they could.
Even trim.
Your time is valuable. Use the Great Clips check-in app. You'll see what the wait time is. You can check in on your phone, get your haircut when you want. Opt in for the Ready Next text alert. You'll get a text when your wait time is 15 minutes or less. For more info, check out greatclips.com. Great Clips, it's going to be great.
Just
And
gonna
we'll
be
get into
I'll
the
tell you
inbox
why
now.
it's great. It's great because, and I explained this to Jack yesterday, sometimes you forget stuff,
right.
right? Where the Great Clips, you send it in right when you remember, so
Yeah.
you don't have to think of it
Yeah, no
on
dilly-dallying.
call,
Yeah,
right? It's
done.
there.
Yeah, you got
Get
one
it
right
in.
now. Send it in.
Yeah, it's Saturday at 2. Hey, this would be a great question for Boom or Pinder.
Yeah.
Or Wretch. Bam.
Send her
It's
in.
What's that email address one more time? You have it for you?
Great Clips inbox at flamesnation.ca.
Perfect.
There it is. Because you yesterday took steps to kind of.
Yes, I've found that I do a lot of. Geez, I forgot to do. I make long lists at night.
Oh, you're an
While
idea guy.
While I'm lying in bed, there are brilliant things just bouncing around.
Lying in bed, just like Brian Wilson did.
And they're just banging around in my head, and I can't sleep. And then in the morning, it's a blank slate.
Look how proud he is.
It's gone.
Is it?
Look how proud he
And
is.
so yesterday I brought a notebook.
Right.
I was going to write things down and checklist, get them.
And you did that.
I did. I had a long list.
So then then you would have left here and been on a mission to start.
Yes, I had a whole bunch of things I was going to get done.
Yeah. I feel like making the list sometimes
It's half the
feels
battle.
like you got the things done and you're like, wow, I made that list. I got a
don't
lot done.
think it's half
And then
the
you don't
battle.
do any of them and you're like, I sure did make that list though.
It cannot be half the battle.
It was half the battle. Do you know how nice out it was yesterday?
It's so nice.
I was
was
sitting on
nice.
my deck all
How
back.
can you expect a guy to do anything productive on a day like that?
Did
I
anyone
don't
see
care
the,
damn what kind of list you made, Rhett. You're not doing it. It's too nice.
you should have had look at the Northern Lights on your list because then you would have checked one off.
I heard it was a big deal last night.
Unreal, apparently. I missed it, but
Yeah, I heard it was pretty.
I was busy giving up a 6 spot in the second end.
He's back to his curling now.
Oh!
Curling season has begun, Rhett.
That's why you flew back alone.
That's right. I had to get back for week 1 so we could lose badly.
So just to kind of double back, I had this, and I guess I didn't think we'd get there. You talked about now. This is nice, except you don't really get a visual, but it might hurt. It might be hurtful. That was hurtful for Flames fans.
Oh,
The Florida Panthers got their Stanley Cup rings.
Look at how sharp he is.
it's
Dressed,
a
too.
monstrous ring.
There's Matthew.
Good looking tie.
Cheer up, Matthew. Life will
Things will be okay.
One day things will be up.
sometime come around for you.
You'll catch a bounce, buddy.
Yeah.
Stick with it.
So he's got his ring. Tough to see. You know what? It's hard when you're a fan of a team and you see a former first-round pick, a guy that was going to be a big part of what you're doing, go somewhere else and almost immediately turn the tables and win a Stanley Cup. But luckily, it doesn't happen.
You know what he's doing today? He's dealing with hurricanes. So
Well, and
Let's play the Bruins today.
I think they had to change their party. But luckily for Flames fans, okay, so Matthew Tkachuk, one first-round guy, went elsewhere, won a ring. Oh, shit. There's Sam. There's Sam.
Sammy.
Sam Bennett also got a ring.
Wait, was he?
apparently.
When was he picked? Because wasn't he the highest draft pick in the history of the franchise?
Yeah.
Or since they moved to Calgary.
A
at least?
couple of high picks.
I thought Ekblad was the highest. Oh, wait. Bennett wasn't picked by the Panthers.
Mm.
Good for them. We're bigger than that, though, Dean. We're not petty and hold grudges.
Guys, I think we're missing the big picture here. Do you remember what the final was? Are there
No,
other
I know.
people you'd rather in different colored jerseys be doing rings today?
Oh, can you imagine?
Do
the
you
puke
know
fest?
how obnoxious our the last 4 months of our existence would have been if that was the case?
Fair enough.
And we've got another year of dodging that crisis. Goodness.
Just bringing it up made me nauseous.
I saw the where the rights holders in Canada do their predictions, like 30 people, some of them you've heard of making their predictions.
Yeah.
Edmonton, Dallas, Edmonton, Dallas, Edmonton,
that right?
Jersey, Edmonton.
Yeah, they.
Yeah, we get it. They got 2 superstars. They won fucking 4 lotteries in 7 years. A decade with the best player on the earth, and they almost got one. Go get it.
I mean, yeah,
I'm with you,
okay.
Pinder.
Yeah.
Give it to them. Bastards.
We just
Anyway, happy to see the Florida Panthers
happy
getting the
for
rings,
those
guys.
I presume this year
So
it'll
do you
be
get
Monahan. Congrats on your cup ring coming up. What other former first-round
That's
pick?
a tough spot for
Mike Brown.
The other thing about the rings, the 89 braggarts were out on
Oh,
the
good.
weekend with their rings, and they were saying how their rings were better because they could wear them.
Because you can't wear these ones. They're
That's
too big.
Too big.
There's it kind of cuts both ways because they're probably better and they're worth about 100th of what the Florida rings are.
Well, it always, you know.
But my question actually, I was
Not that you're selling them, but
because
you
I'm
know.
doing homework on this.
Mm.
Do you get 2 rings? One that you can wear?
I don't think so.
Like an engagement and then the wedding,
Yeah.
like 2 different rings.
Maybe a championship band.
An eternity
instead of a
band.
ring.
I know the ladies get one. The wives get
Really?
ones that are smaller.
Really?
Yeah.
Boy, these owners are good people.
Either
And
rings
you're
or-
shit talking them.
Or a pendant kind of a deal.
Like, who wants a? What is this?
Well, for the
You've
ladies.
brought up the pendant a couple times. I don't know that my there's any pendant wearing going on. It feels like an older crowd.
Is there no pearl neck?
Okay.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Did you say you had some people at your house yesterday?
Yes, I did. I had to hustle out of here. I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. I just got back from vacation, but I have obligations.
Mhm.
I've got some new pals of ours
Weird.
coming to
Friends.
go get cramped in a small room with me in my house, which sounds worse than it was.
I'm confused.
Dean, you can help them with this.
I'm waiting for it's your story.
The fellas from Crystal Waters are by yesterday checking out the mechanical
They're
room.
coming to my house next week.
Good, because it's like you get in there and you're like, there's all these different ducts and twisty and pipes and
Oh, I should have taken.
I
ducts.
don't know, like
Uh-huh.
with a T.
Right.
And
There's all these ducts.
I'm like, I think this is the air is like, no, that's water, sir. Well, but this here, like, okay, can you just tell me? I'm gonna stop pretending I know how this damn room works. They're like, and I should be turning my air conditioner off in the winter. Like, well, you're not gonna use it in the winter, right? Like, no, I'm not. So
Yeah.
they're helping me. Good guys.
all this learning he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
I
right
could have
on
used them yesterday because I changed the filters on the RO system.
Uh-huh.
It
Ro?
came off the wall.
You're a brute.
Yeah.
You need
So
that
now I've just got it wedged.
you need that
I wedged.
professional, the gentle touch that comes from Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating. Because it's you know what they were doing? They're the guardians of your home's mechanical heart.
Because here's the thing: when something bad has happened,
Yeah.
you can call them; they're going to help you. But what they're going to do now is say, "Hey, this is something we should address the next few years before something bad happens. We can
That's right.
see signs of it, and that's where guys like us have no clue.
Yeah,
I passed the guy. It was one of their big cube trucks today on Stoney.
Come on,
I kind of looked over and I'm like, oh, it's the guys. Then you realize like he's not gonna. Who
He's
I
not.
am.
You run him off the
I know
road
who you
like
are.
the
You
other
don't
guy
know
last week.
what's going on. Over 23 years of experience, over 30,000 projects completed. It is Crystal Waters. They're your crystal clear choice for home comfort. The number is 403-219-4100. Online, crystalclearcalgary.com. They are going to be bringing you, and this is what I was going to say. I got some confirmation. It is the Insider Hotline will officially get going tomorrow. I have reached out and had, I don't talk to on the phone, so there wasn't that.
no, you don't.
But there was some text communication between myself and Jamie McLennan and Darren Dreger.
nudes.
Both ready and raring to go. Rip,
Just
raring,
dregs.
ready, raring, rip, raring,
Pumped
ready to go.
up.
Can't wait for it.
Good.
They're so excited.
That's stark in contrast to our Monday guy.
That's right.
He had travel to Utah.
He's not excited.
Too hungover after a big night in Utah.
He's got a lot on his plate right
game
now.
ago.
Yeah, he does.
He's got
That's
a lot
right.
going on right now. So yes, the Crystal Waters Insider Hotline will get going tomorrow with our buddy Jamie McLennan. I wonder because end of last year he went to Italy, right, for
Yeah,
Taylor
Taylor
Swift,
Swift.
and then
He's a fancy pants. That's
Guess
why he has
so.
1,000 jobs. He's just living this lifestyle.
I guess so.
Taylor Swift in Rome.
I sent him the text. I was like, "Hey, you good to go?" I thought maybe you forgot about me,
Oh,
James.
shit.
About him?
Come on.
James. No chance.
I mean, Rhett thinks you're boring, but everyone else loves your stories.
I
right.
love it on Wednesdays because I can just take the day off, let him talk.
Right.
We're actually thinking about giving you Wednesdays off. Does that work for you?
Yeah, Warner Wednesdays.
That is the mentality. It seems like it. I fell asleep while he was on. Now here's what we can do. We can do. We've got the Pinder Report. We have got for our buddies at Bet365. We can look
Some
at
futures.
our NFL.
No,
Oh, the NFL
pick,
too.
The update.
are we
there.
doing that? I thought.
Week 5 is officially over.
Do we have anyone hanging on the Monday Nighter? Because I've been sending picks in, but it was not here.
I don't think so.
No,
Okay,
nobody's
good.
doing Mondays.
And we've got some futures, some things that we can look at for the National Hockey League.
I want to get caught up on those football picks because I was the dog last
He
year.
might be right, Dean. We should maybe rip the Band-Aid off. Just get it.
Okay, well, every week we do some NFL picks, and I don't know. We've defaulted to 3. It's 3 games. I don't know if it should be.
I don't like 3. I
Can it
think it
be
should
however
more,
many you
'cause
feel comfortable picking? Because sometimes you're. I don't know how I feel. I like 1. I'm not sure how I feel, but I guess we got to do 3. Do we have to? Are we mathematically
Can I eliminate 2 of my picks last week?
Because I feel like I want to do the same thing.
I'd like to unpick all the ones I got wrong. Is
Yeah.
that doable? Could we do that?
Just so moving forward, though.
We've
just
been doing
wondering.
3 for like
It's
a
3.
decade. I think 3 is fine.
You don't change the rules now, Dean.
Well, we take
here
a
we
look.
go.
Oh, here we go.
Week
Look
5.
at this.
Ooh.
We got the tie column added in by RJ there.
Ooh.
Had to. Pinder and Rhett both at 8, 6, and 1. Jack, impressive at 10 and 5.
You must not have been picking the Steelers the last 2 weeks.
And I am still upside down Charlie Brown at 6 and 9.
Nice.
Not ideal. So Jack, what were your picks this week?
I had the Packers, the Bills who lost, and the Ravens.
And that was a close one.
That was
I-
the close one.
I think I had Packers, Ravens, and Colts.
Yeah.
And Colts for the push because you had the Colts.
Yeah,
too.
Colts had the push.
Jackson.
And you had you had
Stinking Jacksonville.
the Bills always, right?
Always, that's the problem.
That's a tough matchup there.
It was. It's
Yeah.
probably not something that if you're smart, you'd go for, but I love my
Bills.
Bills.
Support your team, yeah. You know they're
Not like
watching our pick
Jack and the
segment.
Pittsburgh team, but you guys are fake
Yeah.
fans.
Your Chicago team.
They look
really
good.
Good this week.
Caleb coming around.
Did you pick them?
No. Just stay away. Just got to.
Didn't you change your approach this week?
What I did this week,
Board?
and it was,
Because it worked for
I
Jack.
was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be, because the Sharps, right? The Sharps. Oh, we're looking at all the public. They're chasing. Oh, they love these
Yeah.
guys. Go the other way. So there's a bunch of bets, but look at where all the money is.
Against the grain.
The Sharps like the Jets.
Ooh.
So I'm like, okay, I don't love that pick, but I'll go with the Jets. Sure. Vikings. Yeah, this falls into that category. Just when you think something's going one way,
Mhm.
it's going to go the other.
Yeah.
Vikings, they're so great. Look at how great the Vikings are. No, go Jets. And then what was it? 28-0? Mother.
I didn't wake up
This
early
is not
for
sharp.
this.
This is not sharp at all. And then it was the Bengals. I believe they were plus 2.5, if I recall.
Against Baltimore.
And it goes to overtime.
Could have won it.
Could have won it.
Yeah.
Should have won it. They had that.
Derrick Henry rumbles.
Granted, in overtime, they botched that kick.
Bad hold.
Holy smokes. I wasn't thinking about that when that happened. And I had Denver, the Broncos, and they cruised to victory. So I'll take the Jets. I should be 2 and 3, 2 for 3
I'm
on the
with
week.
you, Dean. I
Who did
think-
Denver say was it the Raiders? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So there's a couple of ones you're like, ooh.
Clobbered them.
Yeah.
Ugly board. That's
And
what Jack did 2 weeks ago. He's like, I hate this board. This is an ugly board.
Yeah.
And went 3 for 3. So I tried to emulate my pal Jack.
Yeah.
And I
He's
went
an inspiration.
1 for
It
3.
really is.
Almost having to abandon my picking strategy.
You know what? The
So coin
Sharps
flips.
will be happy that there's some changes with the Jets.
Because you know what it
Because
was?
the sharp money said Jets should be good. They should be good. They aren't good. They fired their coach today.
And there was a ton of public money on the Packers.
For sure. They're 4-0.
Jordan Love's
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
The week prior, he
Oh,
didn't really
Packers.
get it going until the fourth quarter, but then look out. So
Mhm.
yeah, I like the Packers there. Can't do it because it feels too
Too chunky.
easy.
It's too easy. You like easy, though.
Yeah, I do. What was my record? 9 and 6 and 9.
6 and 9. Dean.
6 and 9.
Hey, I'm 1 week away from 500
Perfect.
Mhm.
Just go get one of
this
those
week.
You're trending.
ugly boards or garbage boards, whatever
Yeah.
you call it. Yeah.
This week.
Can't wait for those.
Pinder report, and then
Sure,
more
yeah.
picks.
Let's go.
All right. There was a coach firing. Did you say?
We got it right coming
How
up
about
here. No one fired in the NHL yet. Last year, this time, we'd already suffered our first firing.
It's true.
Remember Babs?
Creep.
Don't be ripping through people's camera reels, buddy, and then making up stories. Of, oh no, I was in the room.
That's not really how it went down. Let me see that phone of yours.
Yeah.
Talk about.
What do these college freshmen look like these days? Get
I don't
out
know
of
if
my
that's what it was. I
phone.
don't
Who
know
knows
if
what it
that's,
is. It's
uh,
creepy either way.
is it? Village Honda presents the Pinder Report, of course. New in-stock inventory. Check out the 25s. They're coming in. They're already in. And there's more coming in daily. And all new vehicle pricing is MSRP. When you're talking about Honda, you're talking about some of, if not the most reliable vehicles on the road. The CRV, the Honda Civic, the Passport, the Accord, the Pilot. You'll be in good hands with not just the brand, but the people at Village Honda in the Northwest Auto Mall and online at villagehonda.com. And they present
Ryan Pinder.
a Pinder Report.
I actually called Anthony yesterday.
Did
Because Rhett has the list,
Yeah.
And he thinks about doing stuff, and that's half the battle.
Mhm.
I did the stuff yesterday.
Is
One
that
of the
the
things
other
I
half?
wrote
The other
down
half.
Yeah.
was winter tires. So I had
But you never thought of that. We told you.
no, but I wrote it down. And I did it. I actually, so
All
I'm
right.
gonna, I'll have an idea.
So what
today.
did you do? You went and
I
got winter
reached out to
tires?
Anthony. I'm getting some quotes done.
So
to
did
see what's
you
going
do
on.
it or did Anthony do it?
Well, I called the dealership for life in the Northwest Auto Mall to look into winter tires and maybe
Good
some
job,
rims.
Brian. Congratulations.
I also have a police check I need to look into.
Yeah, I
don't
had to
have
do
the
that
balls
too.
to
I
look at that
got called
yet.
out.
I saw that come in the inbox. I'm like, ooh, I'm not ready to read that yet. Okay, let's move. We'll start with the Calgary Flames. They got a team. We kind of got this at the end of yesterday's show, but we've had some time to let it sink in. There is the opening night roster, friends, and it kind of feels like they're leaning towards a Dan Vladar start. He got a lot of home games in the preseason. They're going to start on the road. I don't have a problem with that. And I wouldn't be surprised at all, fellas, if it's a back and forth with these fellas until someone wants to take the job or lose the job, so to speak, because Vladar is a pending UFA who, when he's looked right, has looked good, but has also had bad hiffs for a couple seasons here.
Yeah, it's too much. Biking.
And Wolf looked pretty meh until he got a good solid run of play down the stretch once Vladar was hurt. And that was even after they took apart the blue line that was once good here. So, yeah, you could make a compelling case for either of these guys to get a good run here.
Win and you're in.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that, although I wouldn't even suggest that alternating for a while wouldn't be the worst either. Do you know? They got a back-to-back this weekend. We should let you know. It's Philly at home Saturday, then they play in Edmonton Sunday. So I don't know when you're in works there.
Sticking it to us, trying to take advantage
Extra
of us.
rest and
Yeah.
all those lottery picks. This is
Travel.
unfair. Yeah.
So win and you're in. What if it's lose? It's just a
Then you're
You're
out.
out.
Yeah.
That's
The
the opposite.
revolving
so it
door.
could be a lot of rotating.
Like I was saying, alternate games.
Yeah. Okay.
I was thinking about this. Who's the Flames' third best defenseman? Leave that up to Jackie. And could they have made last year's team? Because last year, this time, your second pair
I can't see.
was Hanifin and Tanev, and your third pair was Zadorov and could have been Shillington, but ended up being an Osterley Gilbert swapperoo because Shillington went to IR.
So who is your third? Mirmanov?
Who's
or
your third
Ball?
best D, guys?
And I don't know if
The
they did.
converted forward, the stay-at-home D-man, or the third pair?
Without seeing him play a lick of hockey, I'm going to say it's Ball.
I think you might be right.
You just like saying it.
Ball.
Because the answer,
He's got balls.
thank you. Very good. Like, does Balls their 7 last year if Shillington was healthy at a camp?
Yeah, probably.
Isn't that wild? And so for all the
It's
people,
hard, yeah, it's hard to say.
no,
It's-
I mean, he can't be top 5. He's not better than Zadorov, right?
No.
Zadorov, by the way, playing with McAvoy out of the gate this year, like top pair Zadorov, buckle up in
Oh,
Boston. Holy shit.
Well, Chuck McAvoy is going to be.
Woo!
Yeah.
What is this?
Whoa!
Where did he go? I played the reverse, and he's on the bench now.
You know those collars you have on the dog where they get near the edge of your property and they zap you?
Yeah.
Can we get one of those for Zadorov when he gets below the hash in the ozone? I gotta go back.
We
It'll be fun.
kind of miss him. He was entertaining.
Yeah, he was. He and his agent went a little, it's all about me in that last year, and they got to get paid, and they went and got paid. But as the player, he was never boring.
Never boring.
The Zadorov roller coaster. Anyway, I don't know how we got there, but yeah, if you think this team's going to be great, reminder, their third best defenseman probably doesn't make last year's team. Schedule, Jackie, let's take a look at the old RJ Sked graphic. We talked about the back-to-back. It's kind of a back and forth home and away for a bit here. Thursday at Vancouver, Saturday at home to Philly. Michkov, that'll be fun. And then up to Edmonton on a Sunday night. Love those 6 o'clock Sunday starts up in the cultural capital. Home for Bedard on Tuesday, and then out to Seattle for the Chandler Stevenson Montour. We're not quite old yet.
Better
Game
look out.
this year.
Busy.
They're right into it.
Away,
James,
home,
right into
away,
it.
home,
They take
away,
a lot of
home.
breaks after Christmas. There's
Yeah.
a lot of time off, so
Got to get going
you
here.
got to play.
Got to get going.
Get after it.
Then
And,
guys will be injured, and then they'll be mad about that. And it's,
Huska was asked about, do you want to rotate these guys? Do you have to manage ice times? I don't think it's going to be a problem for the young guys. They're going to be real excited real early here. Once we get maybe a month or so in, then we'll sort of may have to shuffle some pieces around. I wouldn't be surprised at all if you see a Pelche return and a Honzek down in a month or two. Just
Sure.
young guys, takes time. This isn't the Vancouver Giants that Honzek's playing on this year. It's crazy. I was like,
It is.
6
Yeah.
months.
light
in.
it up, kid.
Standings from last year. I want to ask you the question. Flames finished 9th from the bottom last year. I didn't go inverse because it's hard to read, but Let's say
9 times.
as they were last year. Look at the teams below them. Like, is there any way Ottawa's worse than the Flames this year?
No.
Is there any way Utah/Arizona?
Wait. Sorry. Who's the goalie in Ottawa? They got Olmark.
They got Olmark.
Yeah,
It's
so there's
Olmark.
zero
Yes.
chance they're worse.
And Utah went out and spent. They got a couple big additions on the blue line.
They're
Marino,
going to be so
Sergachev.
jacked up playing in front of people that they're excited
They're actually
to watch.
spending money.
Yeah.
What a concept. And they actually had good goaltending last year. What, Connor Ingram, I think, had 6 shetties. Montreal, I don't know. There's like a lot of buzz around Lane Hudson, but Liney's hurt.
I think Hudson
still
will be
young.
good, but yeah, they're not skyrocketing up the.
And then I think your bottom 4 is still probably competing for bottom 4.
What's Anaheim's deal?
They're young and they got all kinds of kids, but they're young. I was stunned to see
I'm
they
not
weren't
scared of Young because Young is pretty good now.
But yeah, you got like Leo Carlson, Mason McTavish, the blue
Even
liners.
dump that Zegras.
Zeger's still there. John Gibson's still there.
Remember when John Gibson was like
Good. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that Anaheim in that group, Anaheim still stinks. San Jose's no good.
Chicago added a bunch of vets, but that probably just brings them to like 3rd worst in the league.
I
They were
don't
so
know.
bad last
Yeah,
year.
maybe. But the kid missed a month, 6
Yeah.
weeks.
And where'd they finish? Second from the bottom.
No, but I'm saying
Yeah.
if he doesn't miss that,
He'll be
time, and
better.
if everyone's
No
a little
question.
bit better,
Yeah.
is it a couple more wins? Maybe.
Yeah.
And then you take the Flame, and we'll talk about it, I suppose, today or tomorrow. But what are they? Because all the predictions and everybody's, well, are they point totals? How many wins? Who's this? Who's that? Okay. Start by taking away what was here a year ago.
delete your 2/3 of a season with Hannafin and Tanev. Understand your second pair is not going to be as good as that.
Right.
Because those guys both play in first pairs also are pretty much.
And Zadorov being what he is, he's better
He's better than their
An
He's
NHL
better
guy.
than Jake Bean. Yes, no question. Absolutely. And then it's like, oh yeah, and Jacob Markstrom was top 3 in goals saved above expected until,
is he
you know.
yes, Red.
Son
He's in New Jersey now.
Oh,
Did you not know that?
just finding things out.
you thought that trade fell through? What the hell?
Why would they?
Did Connie keep the receipt?
Why would they want him?
Yeah, look good in Europe.
Yeah.
They're splitting with Jake Allen, though. All right, let's get to other NHL news. It starts tonight in North America. The non-Praha games get going. We're very excited, obviously.
Obviously.
And again, it's a matinee in Seattle. 1:30 start. Go get it. What do you call
1:30?
someone that smokes pot? Like a doper or a stoner or hippie?
Stoner usually, yeah.
good. They got the Blues, who might not be good, but they will still remain in our hearts for their double offer sheet of the Oilers to keep them the oldest team in the league. Boston and Florida, that's always good. They've met in the playoffs 2 years in a row. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Florida, of course, erased that 3-1 deficit and shocked the greatest regular season team of our lives
Fucking
2 years
Florida.
ago.
Just watching Lindholm again.
And then Chicago
Pampas.
against Hockey Club tonight.
The Hawks and
In
Hockey Club.
Yeah. It'll be Blackhawks against Hockey at the club.
They'll be wound up.
They will be wound up. Very excited out there. That's where Frank is.
It is.
Catch that taste. Very excited.
There's a few thousand fans in the one end
Can't see one.
that'll watch the Jumbotron for what's
He's
happening
still in the
below them.
building, dude.
How excited is this? Lawson Krause is the first ever associate captain, whatever the hell that is. Is this the media
What
admin?
are they doing out there?
Is that the admin making this? Because everyone says assistant captain. It's actually alternate captain. No one's ever said associate captain.
I've heard of associate coach.
Yeah, I've heard that. That's the thing.
That's a fancy title for an assistant coach.
This, I'm telling you, don't just stop it. Utah, we love you right now.
You're pushing your luck.
You're starting to tread on thin ice here
Yeah.
with this hockey club. Now, don't start. Just come on.
Jerseys are a hard 6 out of 10. Come on, guys.
Buy in.
Come on, guys.
You need a little buy in.
Come on now.
Hockey club.
You guys into teenagers in the NHL?
That was weird. Yeah, sure.
Let's take a look. There's some young kids. Jet Lachenko making the Flyers here.
Jet.
Woo!
Boy, Jet.
Jett. Macklin Celebrini, of course, making it. Bedard is still that young, guys. Isn't that
Yeah,
wild?
Get out of here.
Jeez. Benson for Buffalo. Will Smith.
Did you ever watch Benson?
I thought you were gonna
Benson
ask-
for hire?
Because Benson was the.
Yeah.
Didn't he work for the Jeffersons?
Yeah. I
And
thought,
then got his own show.
yeah.
Now, was it Will Smith that went up on stage after he got drafted and punched the guy? Or am I confusing that a bit?
That's a little, yeah.
don't know how that went. Callum Ritchie in Colorado.
Where's he from?
Is it related to
Byron's boy?
Ryder Ritchie? Is it one of those Ritchies?
It's not Byron.
Sam Honzek, welcome to the Teenage NHL
Where
Club.
did this guy come from?
Holy, Matvey Michkov, Flames fans will see him in person on Saturday. Leo Carlson, still young. This is his second year. Ditto, Adam, a Fantilli lace and a pretty face and a ponytail.
If you
hanging
were
down.
that family, would you get sick of that?
Fantilli lace.
I don't know how many people alive know.
Do you think
that
they've
song
ever heard
anymore.
it before?
Not-
You think?
They're listening to the show.
Yeah, they're big fans.
So,
of the show.
you where's the big bopper? Yeah, I got it. Shit. Yeah, Fantilli lace.
Hey,
Or
careful
do you
on that
buy
plane
into it,
flight.
Like you go as the big bopper for Halloween what?
Every year you
You
lean
lean
into
into it?
bopper.
Yeah.
The thing is, so how would
I don't know.
you'd have to explain it a little bit? Oh, so what are you? You're I'm Adam Fantilli.
Fantilli lace.
I'm not really. I'm 21 years old. I don't know what the big bopper is. Is that a home run? Like, what are we talking about?
He's a teenager, isn't he? The big bopper is. Let's be honest.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Whatever.
And what do we say about when you got to explain the joke? It's no good.
Very funny.
Or it's great.
Okay, so
So-
so,
Because you
so-
like that where they just
Yeah, I really
berate
do.
the joke.
So you're the big bopper. He was a singer. He was a musician. Did he have a bunch of hits? No, one.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're a
Can you pull that app? Jack? I think the
R&B
Big Bopper had
artist
more
or
than
something.
one.
Well, he sang. His one song was called Chantilly Lace.
Fantilli.
Okay, so do you love this song? Well, no, it's Chantilly Lace.
Get it?
I'm Adam Fantilli. Oh,
That's hard to pick up a chick at the bar with that.
I would think.
Yeah. When you explain the joke like that, it really isn't
Yeah.
funny.
This is really stalled out.
There he is.
Although, if you play your cards right, you might see more of the big bopper.
You have a crickets button there, or maybe a hammer. We're talking about young guys in the league. What's the youngest team in the league? It's Rhett's second favorite team, the Buffalo Sabres. Lindy Ruff, is he grandfather yet? He's got some young players. Average age in the league. They the youngest, around 25. Where we at, Jack? You got it, Jack? Jack? Come on, Jack.
This is not.
It's the wrong one, Jack. I'm telling you, he's distracted. I don't
That's
know what's going
okay.
on.
Sabres, 25.89. That's very precise. Oldest team in the league, the Oilers.
Those are both great things.
I don't think having the oldest roster in the league's ever been good, to be fair. But
Well, let's
So much
hope it
experience.
bites them in the ass.
Think of all those games of Cup.
Thank God
Experience?
Corey Perry's back.
True.
yeah, if someone understands the sting of losing in the final, they could.
Just odds wise, can he actually go to the finals again?
Well, he's playing on Edmonton.
I know, but
So, yes.
how many years in a row? He missed the 1 year, I guess. 4
Yeah,
out
it
of
was a
5
4 or
he's
5.
gone.
Tampa, Montreal in the bubble, Dallas. Was Dallas?
Yeah.
Edmonton.
Mhm.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
What's he, 39?
Something like that.
Pick up a step this year or what?
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't have as heavy a paycheck, so he'll be able to move around better.
I just wonder how at some point he's going to quit, right? I just feel like the last 30 years of our lives, my life, have been
Maybe he's not a human.
despising this guy.
Maybe he's a virus, not a human. And a
Could you
virus could
just-
live forever.
Let us enjoy the sport, please. For Christ's sake.
Oilers.
Oh, well, at least you don't see him very often. Saturday. Sunday, or whatever.
Sunday.
Yes, Sunday.
Anyway.
The Oilers fans are defending being the oldest team in the league in the comments. We appreciate
Of course
that.
they are.
Yeah, good. Those offer sheets didn't hurt at all. Let's move to Kevin Weeks. Breaking news, fellas.
Oh, good.
Big free agent crop next summer. The biggest name, maybe Igor Shesterkin.
Breaking news, breaking news. He's spongy.
Well, you can't see it because he's put the tweet over top.
Yeah, either way, yeah, Weeks is doing his Weeks thing. Shesterkin's turned down 88 over 8, which is max term. That's 11 a year if my boomer math is correct. That would make him the highest paid goalie ever. But again, how many years ago did Carey Price sign the 10.5? Bob's like 5-6 years into 10 a year. Cap's gone up, guys. You
Turning
want to be the highest
down-
paid guy. It's like a big number, like 13, 12.5. Let's go.
Turning down 11. So no hometown discount then,
So you
Igor.
wanted to be in.
So it's this is how we're gonna do this? Okay, fair enough.
And he said he won't negotiate in season. He will go to the summer as a UFA. So it's just turn the screws. And he wants to play in New York.
Trade his ass out of there.
Yeah. Who needs a perennial Vezina candidate?
Yeah.
Holy cow. 11. We talked.
Too much.
I can't imagine the balls or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Someone slides a contract across the table for
There's $100
$88 million and you slide it back and say, I'm good.
Well, if you're quarterback in the NFL, if it's a 2-year deal, that's light. Right? Why does the owner get to make the money? I'm the one.
Boy, you and owners today.
Well, it's just look, if you make $1 billion.
In this scenario, I'm not talking about the NFL.
No, I know.
I just said.
I think he's worth 11 plus. That's my position on it. I think he's best goalie in the league. I think he has been for 3-4 years. If there's a guy that deserves to be the highest paid goalie ever, it's Shesterkin. Who would you pay more than him right now?
Not my argument.
No, I know.
I was just saying he said he was handed
Yeah.
$88 million and walked away from it.
Yep.
Even if so you get 90, 91, 92 in
100?
a month from now,
100 open market.
tear your groin, blow your friggin' back out.
12 is 96.
Yeah, that's a good number. And if you're Chris Drury and you know you got the
But
best
that's
goalie in
only
the league, you think you do? What's $1 million a year?
I was just going to say,
1%
but that's
of the
only
cap?
$8 million more. Well, it's $8 million.
$8 million. Yeah.
Yeah, James Dolan's shitty cover band might not be able to travel as much this year, shaving out $1 million from his budget.
James will be just fine.
Just all over the owners.
It'd be great if he comes in and he's sitting in the locker room, Shesterkin, with some book about American taxes.
Yes.
Hey guys, did you know that in the state of Nevada,
Yeah. Yes. That is the thing. I mean, what would you have to make in Florida to be the same as
right? I don't
11
know,
in New York?
but it would be.
Jack, pull up some AI
Jack,
shit.
how much-
And you could probably just AI that. Say how much. It's going to be 20% less in Florida minimum.
Except that the Florida teams are in the same division as the New York teams and the Ontario and Quebec teams, and you pay tax on your road games. It's convoluted as hell.
No,
But yes, it's better to be in the
You're
state-free
saving
tax.
20%.
Let us move. Next, we have the Kansas City Chiefs, who just keep losing good players and bringing in retreads. Doesn't seem to matter. 5-0, even if they're not looking good. How did they do it? Well, they have a time machine because Juju Smith-Schuster's 130 yards last night, the most in 1,366 days. And Kareem Hunt, watch your mouth, 102 yards in a game, first time he's done that in over 1,400 days. So you're old until you return to the Chiefs, which now is the fountain of youth, I believe. And Travis Kelce, not old anymore either, heavily targeted last night.
Hate the Chiefs. The shoveler was yelling at Mahomes last night.
Do you hate the Chiefs?
Shoveler
I
was
hate the Chiefs
snapping.
too.
I hate that guy.
He's so likable.
He's not in
He's
our
just-
house.
Don't play dumb. You know why.
He's just a likable boy.
Don't poke the bear. here.
All right.
His wife's obnoxious as hell, isn't she? The brother,
the shoveler?
The brothers, yeah.
What did
brother.
you just say?
No, the Mahomes.
Oh,
Whew, I thought that was another,
Jeez.
just a blatant.
you could just not talk about Reds.
Didn't need to change the seating arrangement here if you're going to.
You know what?
Like that,
Luke
team.
Wilson, was that the old
Yep.
football guy?
The old tight
He
end.
made a good point about that.
Lying in bed, just like Brian Wilson did.
Luke.
And his point was that Andy Reid is a good coach, next man up, but they cater to the next man up. They actually
good coach.
scheme to take advantage of what the next man up does, whereas other teams say, yeah, next man up, fill what that guy did.
Go be Rashay Rice. I can't be Rashay Rice.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
Nice. Interesting.
They're good. They're very
I thought
good.
it was interesting. That's my addition to the Pinder Report.
It's Luke because there's other
Right.
because Luke played with his old quarterback who's now Jack's favorite Pittsburgh. That's Russell Wilson.
He wants you to push it again. That's what
He's not going to do
get
it. He wants full. It's a boomocracy.
It's been played twice in this.
Lying in bed, just like Brian Wilson did.
Don't like beating a joke into the ground, guys.
Let Russ cook. We have a firing today, boys.
Oh,
Do you have your fire drop? We step one.
yeah, I don't,
Herman Edwards?
You fire. Because it was like you had Trump and then Vince McMahon.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then there's another one.
Yeah.
Fire!
Is this good for the Bills, or is the new coach going to invoke some life?
I think it tells you that it's been a bad start for the Jets, which is good for the Bills. Where it goes from here, we don't know. But what we do know is that they're 2-3. Last year at this time, fellas, remember they had 2 series from Aaron Rodgers, and then it was Zach Wilson time. They were 2-3.
Yeah, at this point, they're really not a lot further ahead. I'm done with Rodgers. I'm done with him. I've said this for a while. It's like, oh, you're so much smarter than everybody. And, let me tell you about how this works and this and that. And I'm going to go sit in it. I don't give a shit. Watching him every time there's an incompletion or something, say, he ran a wrong route and this guy missed the block. And every throw is on point. You don't make a mistake. 3 interceptions.
3 picks, none were
enough already.
Just
God. He's such a belly aching whiner. He's an old man.
You know who they need is a coach to straighten him out.
Yeah.
Someone that really understands how that head coach Look at that. He's already got the clothes. That's a young Bill Belichick. Not Parcells. He's probably
isn't Parcells dead?
Oh.
Is he not?
No, he's not.
How'd you like to be dead?
Bill's fine.
Oh.
I mean, he's doesn't like that you want him to be dead. But.
I thought he was. I wasn't sure. Sorry, Bill. I'm sorry.
This guy here.
Sorry.
The soundboard. It's really spicing things up.
Yeah.
And so Aaron Rodgers, Rodgers mode. What is that, Jack? What's Rodgers mode? Because you sent me a tweet there the other day. It's like I'm going to do a bunch of drugs and mail it to work and blame everyone else. It's Rodgers mode.
Is he getting paid a lot?
I think so. Yeah.
Good for him.
One coach that probably won't get hired because I think he's blackballed by the league, but boy, would I love to see back. How about old Chucky? He's getting pumped. Have you seen these, Rhett? Check this out.
You know, when I was calling plays, I just loved it when our quarterback shredded the defense. I mean, just ripped them. That's what has me feeling really nicey. Like watching Jared Goff go 18 for 18, 292 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Got me feeling nicey.
I couldn't do that pregame warm-up. Ho! Jaden Daniels, just a rookie, 26 out of 30, 87%, 231 yards. He rushes for 47. He's doing everything. Shredded, baby. Ho! CJ Stroud, 345 yards, brings the Texans back, wins it at the buzzer. Shred him, Stroud. Baker Mayfield coming off a tough loss, 345 yards in the hot, humid Tampa Bay weather. Heat them up, Mayfield. Keep shredding them, baby. Who? Sam Darnold. Who'd have thought the Vikings would be 4-0? 275 yards, 3 touchdowns. Go to Lambeau Field and win again, baby. Keep it rolling, Sam. Shred them.
Who? Can we have that guy on the Christmas drinky show? Because that looks awesome.
He's too intense.
He's something.
I couldn't keep up with that guy.
That's, you know what though? That's what we need out of you. That kind of intensity. That's content. That's right. Keep shredding. Honzek.
Matt Coronado, 2 shots on the power play, taking away the goalie's eyes on a redirect. Keep shredding.
It'd be a who?
I was gonna say I just need one of those tasers or something. What'd you think of Ball's performance last night?
Do we need him? I was gonna say get him a job. No, keep doing that.
Yeah.
Keep doing that.
Well, he's got his podcast or whatever it is that he's doing now. He's blackballed, right?
Yeah.
For a bit at least.
Oh yeah.
Now, was he blackballed or did he just cause enough shit that he's in
Well,
trouble?
That's why he's blackballed. He caused enough shit.
I don't know if that's black.
There were some emails.
You know what I mean? I know.
Cheerleaders
said some things about the commissioner and some offside stuff within the office. And
So yeah, that blackballs. I mean, you can't blackballs yourself.
Shredded. Roger Goodell sit his ass down. He never coached in this league again.
I even, whether he wants to coach, I miss him from being on the broadcast.
Yeah,
you got to put it in the turkey hole.
Yeah.
Hey, this guy's terrific.
That's how he got paid. He was so good at the TV role. He was like, I'm not going to come coach in the league unless you pay me way too much money. You got 10 times 10 from Al Davis or his kid that looks like
There's
leopard.
so much money.
It's so much money.
So much money.
Yeah, he was going to make as much as Connor McDavid makes.
You're
in
worried about
8
grade
years.
4 math.
It's crazy.
I'm gonna throw a ball.
One day a week to sit in the booth and go,
Who? Shred him.
here's $200 million.
Baseball playoffs. Take a look at today's slate. 2 more games. I think we got a 4-pack tomorrow, but 2 today. Phillies at Mets. Nola Manaya. Nice, been good for the Mets this year. And Dodgers Padres. The SoCal battle. Dodgers suck. Bueller against the former Yankee Michael King, who I believe came back in the Soto deal. It's worked for both teams.
We're big Padres guys.
Oh, love the dads. Go Fathers.
Sure.
Yeah.
More so than
And the Dodgers have won everything, and it's like I love Ohtani, but like you can't have everyone. You can't get Freeman and Betts and him and everyone. Stop it.
Oh, Tony.
Hey. Did you know this is the first time that all 4 series in the division have been tied at 1-1?
Ever?
Ever?
Forever?
Shut the front door.
And
That's great.
What's Jack listening to over there?
there's been some great performances in the Major League Baseball postseason. You highlighted some of them yesterday.
Yeah.
The incredible momentum swings, the home runs. I think we saw an incredible catch by Tommy Pham yesterday in the late innings. But one of the performances we need to talk about is the umpire yesterday was dog shit. Let's have a look.
2-2 pitch. And it's a cold strike 3. The ball game is over. And Progressive Field is a double plays in the 5th and the 6th. Steve Reich in there, 1-1 the count. The Dodgers in game 3, 9 o'clock Eastern on FS1. Away.
Yeah, 86.6% of calls, which sounds high. That's one of the worst 2% of games.
Yeah, pitchers thought he was great.
Yeah, pitchers didn't mind it. Anywhere it goes, they're calling strikes.
He was consistent. That's
So,
right.
If there's 100 umpiring performances, this is the second worst out of 100 on average. That's how bad it was in the playoffs last night. Come on. And by the way, what Emmanuel Clase, their closer, who's been like unhittable for 2 years, gives up a bomb in the 9th. All right.
I didn't say that was one of them.
See, now this would speak to the not so consistent. Now he's consistently inconsistent.
Yeah, no one has a clue what's a ball or a strike. It's a tough game to play. It's already hard to hit a baseball.
You know what the message is here? Swing the bat.
Yeah, you might as well.
Get that bat off your shoulder.
And if you're the pitcher, don't put anything near the zone.
Yeah, just
just bounce one in. He's calling it a strike. I think it's time to have a little update. We are now 5 weeks into our fantasy football season. And while Andrew McBride's
I don't know
appropriately
why we're doing an
named
update
Rap
now. It's
Jay's
not the
blow.
halfway point. What is this? The
It's a 5-week check-in.
Why 5?
Well, because look who's at the bottom. Rhett Simply the Breast Club is in a 5-way tie for last with the lowest point total in the league, and suddenly has an inside lane on a trip to the Moss Pit for the Oilers playoffs this year.
This was not agreed.
Yeah, sure was. Meanwhile, Dean and I at 4-1, and Jack at 3-2. 3 members of the Barn Burner crew in the top 5. We'd like to see it. We love to see it. Rhett, we're going to give you a cheap hotel room and $100 spending allowance, but you have to stay in the Moss Pit from the whole game.
No problem. I'll kick the piss out of those bastards. Bring some of my buddies.
Or just start working the waiver wire so one of those other dusters has to go up.
There's no. I got screwed over by.
You have all of your.
I got screwed over by the NFL and the Niners and their lack of reporting on Christian McCaffrey's injury.
That is true.
First overall pick.
True. First overall pick should have I'm not in last place if they report correctly.
Not your fault.
Who's second overall pick in our draft? Remember?
Bijan, maybe? I don't know.
It would have been a
Bijan or Brees, probably.
Who's the second highest running back? Or who's the highest? Anyway, I would have had that person. Oh,
or Tyreek, who's all of a sudden no good.
I wasn't taking Tyreek. I wanted a running back. But regardless, the NFL or the Niners.
Yeah, it would have been Brees, who's no good, or Bijan, who's no good.
Yeah, but not
better
unlike
than no good, or
better than
zero.
zero.
Yeah, like 10 points a week, no good.
But
Because
I see
Ted
you
would
have
be-
all of your fab money to go onto the waiver wire.
Yeah, he's saving it.
Who's been available? That's
Well, Mason, the guy that replaced McCaffrey,
That'd be a
seems
good guy to
really
have.
good.
Yeah.
he was picked up.
Was he?
Yes, McBride had him.
I might have drafted him. That's interesting.
Yes, he did because he texted and tried to
Oh,
make
that's right. He tried
trade.
to trade you before
But
the
I
Monday
was
night of
busy.
week 1.
I missed it, or I would have made the
This
trade.
is like Aaron Rodgers throwing picks. This is his
You
fault.
should have put.
Oh, I'm sorry. So you guys wouldn't have taken McCaffrey if he was available. Couple
It's
brilliant-
a tough. It's a
Hey,
tough one.
fantasy football.
And then he's
it's
out
it's
like
cruel. Cruel
long,
sport.
long term. Like, so you didn't know that. Didn't play a game and get hurt. Just out. F you.
Whoa.
You hear that, Kyle Shanahan?
That's NFL.
Roger
Which one of these?
Goodell?
Which one do you want?
Blast him with
The
whatever.
puke or upset or stop the hammer. Yeah, that's probably it.
Or
God damn it.
That one.
Yeah,
I like that one.
That's it for sure.
That's the one.
Stampeders have added a guy that might be able to help Rhett's fantasy team a few years ago. PJ Walker, the former Pantero. How about that? 21 games in the NFL over the last 4 seasons.
I don't remember this person.
PJ Walker was a fill-in behind Cam Newton for a while.
when you mentioned that, if I was just to look at the press release and see that, I don't know if I would have connected the dots, but I do remember.
I think if you were having a season in fantasy like Rhett is, and you had to live that existence that year, you would remember PJ Walker. Otherwise, he's totally a non-event. Yeah,
Mhm.
I must have had horrible quarterback injuries because I remember PJ Walker. Anyway, that's shit. I mean, don't want to crush Jake Mayer, but yeah, welcome to town, PJ.
Sure, yeah.
Love you, PJ.
Love you, Peach. You like cars. Dean's a bit of a car guy.
Oh, yeah.
And he loves wrestling. We know that. We showed you the guy at the convention that was half Macho Man, half Hulk Hogan.
Mm.
What we didn't show you was his vehicle. Check this thing out.
Oh, yeah, dig it. Let's go, brother. Gone, Jack. Oh, yeah.
Because we did his routine the other day.
Yeah.
But he's added a layer. He's got a car.
Media is this.
Let's go, brother. Gone, Jack. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's doing both. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's the Hogan with the
It's
brother.
split down
and-
the middle. You
Yeah.
see,
Brother.
So Dougie Hamilton in town.
And then the ooh yeah would be Macho Man for sure.
Brother.
Brother. Okay.
Okay, one more time.
Brother.
Really?
Yeah. Been a while.
Brother.
I got people got upset. No Pinder Reports in a long time. Wasn't even a single snake yesterday.
Don't. Let's.
My
We
apologies.
asked for you
So
to come
now,
back.
Crystal Waters came by and looked at my mechanical room.
Yeah.
Mine was fine, but other people have had some issues in the mechanical rooms. Case in point, look at this guy. I think that's by his furnace. Look, he's working on something here.
That's good speed by that guy. That is
Good reflexes.
That is good movement.
Yeah. And Dean, I know sometimes making a decision's tough. So for you, all of our listeners, for Rhett, myself, and Jack, life's complicated, but sometimes just a little piece of advice to help you along the way. Let's have a look.
If you're serious about change, just know you're gonna go through some uncomfortable situations. Stop trying to dodge the process, because in the long run, it's gonna make you better. And don't forget that shit, you heard?
This guy is amazing.
It's a motivational thought on
That
a
is
Tuesday.
not amazing, but
It's
it
amazing.
is.
It is amazing that he is. I'll tell you what, he's very good on that bike
Yeah, he's comfy on that.
because he's got a microwave on his head. And there's multiple videos where he's having to navigate some tight spots with that little whatever Honda, whatever it is.
Yeah, if
And
people
good work on the
don't have the video, how would you describe? We'll show you again.
It's a guy on a it's a little
Super
If
bike or
you're
something?
serious about
a little-
change, just know you're gonna go through some uncomfortable situations. Stop trying to dodge the process, because in the long run, it's gonna make you better. And don't forget that shit, you heard?
That is the best move, isn't it? How's he going to close it? Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's Get one of these. I'm inspired.
Yeah.
Go get
Go
it.
get it.
I'm going to make a list
Yeah.
and get some stuff done today.
Damn right you are.
Yep.
Speaking of which, that's it for the Pinder Report. I'll let you do the read, and then I got something for you.
Village Honda, used vehicles, new vehicle pricing, as we've told you, always MSRP.
Zerp.
And used vehicles, all makes, all models, all budgets, over 90 units on site, access to more than 500 more inside the dealership group. Village Honda, your one-stop automotive destination in Calgary. They're worth the trip.
Yeah. Winter
And
tires.
yeah,
Rims.
just say, hey, I need rims and tires, and they'll figure it out.
Well, they get you a quote. You want to go a little bigger? Just tires? Do the rims as well? I don't know. Got to see what things cost. Figure it out.
You're going to want rims.
I think so. It's easier. You
It's
don't
way
change
easier.
them. Yeah.
Then you can do it yourself.
And then it's winter. It's like you get
Here's the little tip for you, though. Make sure they throw in storage of the rims, because you don't want to have to bring the rims home and then put them in a shed or something.
Yeah. Then I have to build that tire rack. It's been sitting in my garage for 8 years.
Yeah.
Don't want
Just
that.
say, hey, I know you guys offer storage for the winters and the summers when the winters are on, for that sort of thing. Hey, any chance we can
It's probably a great move. Dealership
put it on your list.
Northwest Auto Mall.
Jack, what's happening? Do we have some technical?
Rhett's camera died, but it's back now.
Let's see it. Can we see it?
Resurrected. Let's go straight to the
Let's take a look. See
Ret
here.
cam.
There it is.
It's a bit of salt in there, eh?
Too much, actually.
Is that shot tight enough, Jack? Are you happy with that?
Oh,
It looks good.
What do you think, Rhett? A little tighter? Or?
Oh, when he goes to
are
thirds,
you asking
though.
me? Like, if I had an opinion, Dean would say it was stupid anyway. So
No, you
no,
look
I
good.
don't care.
So yeah, thirds. It's perfect. By the way, it's time for today's top 5. Rhett's idea yesterday, put on his
Right.
list. What do you got for
I'm
top
so
5 today?
excited.
Here we
Yeah.
are. Top 5.
Top 5.
Where to go? Where to go? The top 5 running backs in the NFL to start the season were McCaffrey,
Mhm.
Hall,
Brees Hall,
Bijan
Hall,
Robinson,
Saquon Barkley.
Saquon. Who's the 5th?
Derrick Henry could be in the mix there.
Sure,
James
we'll
Cook.
put Derrick Henry.
Sure.
All better picks than my bullshit faking 49.
Brett's
is.
top 5
Good top
available for
5.
sale. Contact the Wolverine.
Top 5 available for sponsorship
Yeah,
here
Reach
on
out.
Barn Burner.
Yeah.
That was terrific.
great top 5. today.
T-shirts. We're gonna do a lot. Hats.
Are we?
You're not getting any. I told
No,
you that
no,
yesterday.
you're too negative, Dean.
What if I pay? I'll
No.
I'll buy
No,
one.
You have
Just
to
gonna
buy it on
block
the
your
black
IP.
market
Yeah.
because you're not going on my website.
I'll buy 2, dude.
Square.
You'll buy it. Okay. I don't know why you're upset with me. What did I do?
Tough
You
on.
were S talking, Mike.
Was I?
Yes, Jack.
What was I talking?
A little bit of shit talk.
The top 5. I believe I told you it could be top 5 segment.
Serious show, Dean.
I'm all for it.
Just back.
What can I do to help?
I just back to backed it. So
You did you do one yesterday or just bring up the
Yes.
idea?
I did one yesterday.
What was the-
I forget what it was.
Right.
Yeah.
I did do something.
I think you invented top 5 yesterday.
Yeah, I
And
think
today you
the-
My
did.
top 5 ideas.
Yeah, it was a top 5 idea yesterday.
And it
I
was
don't
at
know-
the top of the list.
What was 2 through?
Well,
Yeah.
Go to the tape.
Doesn't
Thank God
matter.
it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Do you want to take a look? So the NHL season starts today with an odd, weird matinee, as we talked about in the 2 other games, and the Flames start tomorrow.
What the hell's going on in Seattle?
Yeah, is it?
Everyone's just sold all these stock options they had for all these huge tech companies. They're just hanging around smoking dope, playing
They're
hacky
doing all
sack.
right, that Nvidia and stuff. Yeah. I wish I
And all of a
had
sudden,
some.
they're not as cute and fun anymore now that the hockey club's in. It's like, yeah,
Yeah. Well, it's
we're
also,
used to you now. Now it's about Utah. Utah's fresh and new and all.
It's year
that
4
sort of
for
thing.
Seattle. It's got to be. Second coach now.
Second coach.
And everyone forgets they beat the Avs in a playoff series, who were the defending champs 2 years ago. Like it was, oh yeah, we're good again. Just like look at Vegas, we're gonna do that too. And then last year, what was the womp womp one? The womp womp.
Shane Wright.
Yeah.
They like him. It's taken a while, but he had
Well,
a
I
good
hope it's
preseason.
turning out because that's the kind of pick where probably they'd be higher up in my rankings, my top 5 rankings, if Wright was actually contributing at the rate that
Cooley
he's supposed to.
and Slavkovsky were the guys that ended up going before him, I believe. Slav had the late breakout last year. It wasn't a great crop in terms of guys ready to play. It was also COVID
I
shortened
was
year.
COVID-y weird too,
So
right?
guys didn't play a lot that year. Clearly hurt. Like Shane Wright didn't play a game that year. He's in the O. They kept saying we're going to start. They never started.
I just like that Wright gave the stink eye to the Habs table on the
that's
podium.
great. That
Yeah,
is
good.
one of the
You
high.
silly mother-
Sons of.
You don't like me?
I'm gonna
Be like,
stick it.
But chatting with some people in Seattle, he's had a really good preseason. Come back to camp really strong.
Well, he scored against the Flames in that one game.
can you not
the ink.
spray your ink all over?
Jeez, this is an issue. To
What is going on over?
Ernest goes to court.
Jesus. What are you taking all your pens on your holiday
Hey,
for?
where's my backpack?
Color coordinated.
You take
team.
your pens on a flight and then they
It's
just
true. The air pressure changed. Now this thing's
So
leaking
throw
all over
the
the
damn
place.
thing away. Why are you gonna
I will. I threw the
spray it
green
all
one out
over?
yesterday. It started leaking. Now the black's leaking. I got to throw it out.
Did you do a lot of
idiot over
I
there?
got red
taking
and
notes
blue
while
last.
you were in Australia?
I did 2 Thursday football shows
Right.
at 6 a.m. Friday
And
morning.
Jack said they were
You were
really, good.
That's good. Yeah, I was wide awake at 6
Highly
a.m.
related.
Yeah, we asked how they went.
Awesome.
Said that it was tough to match or tough to, I guess, describe the amount of energy that you were bringing.
Yeah, because I love mornings and getting up early.
That's kind of what Jack said.
Because it's a 6 a.m. show Friday mornings in
Yeah.
Australia, which means you get up at about 5.
Well, and Rhett was curious that you could do a show,
Yeah.
but not our show.
Yeah, that one's at 2 a.m. That's even harder.
Oh, okay.
It's taped or live.
Yeah. Is it live?
Anyway,
Are we live? Jack, are we live?
So how many pens need to explode before you're just going to move on?
Well, the
and get
black's
different
done today.
pens?
That's strike 3 for black.
what if
You're
you bought one of
toasted.
those ones that had the clickers with?
Oh,
different
the
colors?
multicolor? Yeah, I like those ones.
Yeah.
The
Get
red,
stuff.
blue, black, green.
I can't wait for us to get Halloween
The quad pen.
or
Yeah, quads.
Christmas stockings. I'm going to put some.
Oh, it's a great idea.
Some
Little
pens?
gifts.
Yeah.
I thought of something for you yesterday. What the hell was it? Oh,
I'm sure it was really respectful.
Heartfelt.
oh.
We don't know where Ozzy Brad is. Did you go find him?
He's in Melbourne. He's a couple states away.
Oh, yes.
Oh, sounds like you really wanted to see him.
I mean, if
Of
it wasn't
course
like
he
probably
wanted to see
$500
you.
and 4 hours of flights, maybe, but
Where were you?
I was like north of Brisbane.
Oh, goodness.
So
That's a
if
long
you were
way up.
to go see him, how?
You would fly from Brisbane to Melbourne,
Okay.
which is probably, I'm guessing, like a 2-hour flight. I don't know.
So what would for us geographically speaking,
geometrically.
Thank you.
geometrically speaking?
It would probably be like
Calgary
Calgary from
to-
Vancouver to Winnipeg, distance wise.
Really?
I think so.
It's a big
Wow.
continent.
It's
dude.
huge, man. Yeah.
Real
And a
big.
country.
Different time zone. There's a state in between them.
Jeez.
Maybe it's Vancouver to Regina. I don't know. It's not close. Like if you drive, it's going to take you
days.
over 20 hours.
No kidding.
It would be like driving to San Diego or something from here.
It's like sending your wife across the country.
You know, kind of ass would
Don't
do.
do it. Don't do it.
Top 5.
Bet365, the world's largest sports betting platform. Open an account with Bet365 today. And there's a huge range of markets.
Yeah.
And if you go inside the NHL, there'll be a little yoo-hoo logo. Click that son of a gun. And you'll be able to go in and see, well, there's tonight's games. There's some overs. There's some unders. There's some point spread. There's money line, all that sort of thing. And there are some future bets. What are future bets? Well,
Things that are going to.
we're gonna predict what's gonna happen in the future.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna do.
They got a huge range of futures.
So now, last year, and I gotta put you on the spot.
Yep.
Point total for the Flames last year was because they had
Ooh.
what 39 wins or
I'd
38
say they'd probably
wins?
right around 80. I got it right here.
Yeah.
We actually had the graphic from last year. That was in Pinder Report. If Jack wants to pull it up. But
Well, that's
they finished 9th from the bottom, which had them at exactly 81 points. So a single point off fake 500.
what's going on, Jack?
That's all right. No,
It's all right.
I think they're overheating.
We lost Pinder's camera now.
oh, good.
This thing's really hot.
The new setup
Continue.
is wonderful, but
Until it dies. So anyway, so points last year,
81.
81.
And so 81 sounds like a really big number, but with fake 500, like it's actually horrible. It's 9th from the bottom.
Okay. So, and I think we're kind of on the same wavelength. We expect maybe a step back this year.
well,
Victories,
we
points,
brought-
maybe a
we
bit of a
brought up-
step back.
We brought up some
Or no?
reasons.
I think the roster has taken a step back in a lot of spots, but you got to remember they had a good roster for the first month and they were absolute dog shit. They were 2-7-1 in the first 10 or something like that. So if they went to 81 points, I'd be like, yeah, that's a reasonable outcome. That was last year's total. But that's still probably good enough to be bottom 5, 6, 7.
So here's what our buddies at Bet365 have thrown up there for
Ha!
the Flames.
There it
The
is.
over-under for regular season points is 81.5.
Harf.
Harf. So are they going to have more points this year than they did a year ago? Is that what we're?
I think Bet365 is saying last year's a really good measuring stick for this year.
It's a barometer.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm taking the under on that.
I am also taking the under.
Yeah, I take the under. But I think it's right. It's close.
I don't think they're crazy. I'm just saying I like the under for sure.
I'd agree. Yeah.
Jack's snapping.
Yeah, Jack is snapping.
I love him, Dean. He's doing his
Are they
job.
hot?
What's his number on the
I
Jack
guess we're
Dominant right
done.
now?
It's RJ. No, we got other cameras. Got so many cameras.
There's a lot of cameras.
So then there's no, you were going to say something.
No,
I've seen a bunch of prediction models. Someone in the comments is saying Evolving Hockey, that's one model. They have him at 88 points. That's very high. I saw Dom at the Athletic had him at 80 or 81. Jay Fresh had him at like 79, 80. Like, it's kind of the ballpark. Like where the sports book 365 is where my two favorite models have. It's within 2 points. Like that's the range. If people are asking me what I think of the Flames, it's like, yeah, I think they can be bottom 5. They'll be around 80 points.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's I just feel like they're going to be hard pressed to match what they did a year ago, which makes me take the under on point totals from a year ago. They're without one of their best setters, without 2 of their top 4D and their goaltender.
3 of the top 5D. Yeah.
So if
it's just that whole group that was there, the worst month they had was October.
The thing of it is too, though, it's not like the Flames are going to have to play shorthanded. That's like everybody's expecting them just the bottom to fall out. They get to play a goalie. Not because Markstrom's gone, they have to go with 6. They get to put a goalie in net. They get to play other defense.
This is not 2 years ago when Daryl refused to go look what was in the cupboards. Like they'll do what they did last year, which is if they have a shitty start, bring up Zarian Pospisil. They'll do the same this year. Come on back up Pelche. Let's see what you got. Solovyov on the left side. Maybe Bristevich, who had a wonderful preseason, is on this blue line by the new year. No?
It's preseason.
This take is in Rhett's top 5.
What's the take?
BS meter.
What's the take?
No, just that
all the things you're saying are true. It's fine, but let's just be realistic. So what was Markstrom last year?
Until the trade to Jersey didn't go through, I think he was a top 5 goalie in the league.
You don't have that. So right then and there, you're under 81.
Yeah, but you got to remember, but hang on. Markstrom was there when they went 2-7-1. Their worst 10-game stretch of the year, he was there for.
He was also there.
Tanev and Hanifin were there for. Lindholm was there for. Like,
this
I get what you're saying.
Terrible take.
So you're telling me they're missing good players. I'm saying yes, but they played better without those good players at times.
At times. So you're taking a small snippet, saying it's the biggest example, and then the other snippets of bad play are nothing.
What I'm saying is they might have been in a playoff spot if that group that you just talked about so highly did perform.
They were fighting for a playoff spot.
Yeah.
This group does not have those players and won't be fighting for a playoff spot. Hence, they won't even be as into games into February. There's no way.
So give us your point projection.
Under 81.
Well, give us a number. I don't know, like
75.
Yeah, okay. I think that's reasonable.
Yeah, I just think if you look at the season, I think it's realistic to say they could be 1 to 2 points less per month. That there's a overtime loss that doesn't get to overtime or what have you. And if the season is, let's call it 6 months.
75 is interesting. So that's 6 points less than they had last year. That's less than a point a month.
It's not a lot.
It's nothing.
It's really,
and that's why I bring up October last year, because if they have 4 wins in October,
but what
that wipes out like 3 months that they have to catch up on 1 point a month.
But let me spin the point you're making, that they had those guys and were still poor. Now that they don't have those guys, what if that's the norm?
It wasn't, though. I mean,
I know it wasn't, but what I'm saying
team.
is now if you take Lindholm and Zadorov and like you take all them away for an entire year.
Yeah.
What if that's what you're left with? While they were poor and the replacements aren't better than them at their poorest.
Here's the other. Okay, so then saying that and hearing you, what are they more likely to do? Be close to 81 and what they were, or 70, 68? I think they're closer to 70 than they are 80.
Yeah,
I said 75 because it's an easy number.
Yeah.
No, off the top of my head.
And we got to remember too, there's a long runway post deadline after you trade Lindholm. Like they weren't as good without those guys. It was mid-February. They were within a point of the playoffs. They finished nowhere near a point within the playoffs.
Exactly.
And so
when you're out
when
of
you're
it,
saying, oh, 81 points, but they deleted all these, it's like, yeah, they played a third of the year with a lot of those guys. That's why 81 isn't that crazy a number, because they were a worse roster post deadline than they are today.
and they
So what about the stretches of good play when they had those guys?
They got within a point of the playoffs.
They still don't have.
They
them
were
now.
on like a 95-point pace
there for that.
That's not
So
where they
now
finished.
but now they're playing 81 or 82 without those guys.
Yeah, and so I guess what I'm saying is this team that's starting today isn't as good as the full group last year, but it's better than the group they went the last month and a half with. Because Ball's better than Hanley every night, and because you've added, some young players into a group that had some dusters like Dryden Hunt playing minutes last year. Like they're better than the group that went down the stretch. They aren't as good as a team that has Lindholm and Tanev and Hanifin and Zadorov and Markstrom. I agree with that. The group that had that was a point out of the playoffs. That's like a 95-point pace. Yeah. They finished at 81.
I think this is going to be one of those teams that you're going to start. These guys are better than we thought. And then it'll be some stretch of bad play. It's like, oh, they are really not that great. And then somebody else will go on a hot streak. Sharon Govich will start scoring goals again, or Kuzmenko, whatever it is. And we talk about it all the time. Young guys don't know if
they're too dumb.
We don't care if we're not picked by anybody to win. We're in New York. Can you believe this? We're in California. We're in the NHL. The food on this charter flight is unbelievable. They're loving life. They got nothing to lose. There's something dangerous about young, invigorated guys with nothing to lose.
They shouldn't have got better when they brought up Zeri Pospisil and traded away Zadorov. They did.
I will still take the under.
I'm taking the under. We're selling a lot of.
No, and again, I think people's context on this is wrong. People think 81 points is good. 81 points is probably 5th or 6th from the bottom.
I don't think it's good. I'm just saying, I think that it's a significant downgrade in talent from a year ago, and to have the same point total as a projection, I'm taking the under.
So on the projections, I mentioned Dom and Jay Fresh did theirs at around 80. The only teams worse than them would be San Jose, Chicago, Anaheim, Columbus, and maybe one other team. So do you think any of those 4 teams are better than the Flames?
Can I just, because you just said it, and we talked about it a little bit earlier. What is Anaheim? How's their young talent?
It's very young, it's very high end, and they have not a lot of insulation.
So our hope that the Flames are going to have a bunch of young kids that are too dumb to know up better, and they're going to go outperform. Why don't we think that about Anaheim?
Can you name their goalie?
Gibson.
Oh, maybe their backup, but yeah.
Well, whatever.
Well, Gibson's out for.
We don't know what Wolf
and it's Lucas Dostal and who Stellars. I don't even know. Like it's.
But if you ask people in Anaheim who the goaltenders are here after Markstrom, they'll probably tell you the same thing.
But they don't have the Kadri, Sharon Govich, Kuzmenko, Uyghur, Andersons. That's the difference. They don't have the veterans the Flames have. Look, I'm not trying to tell you they're good. I've been telling people I think they're a bottom 5 team in the NHL. That is what 80 points is.
It's weird. You're saying that, but then you're
it really feels like you're going.
No, because you guys seem to think 80 points means they're not bottom 5. 80 points is absolutely bottom 5.
No, I said I think they're worse. They're going to be worse than they were a year ago, which means I'm taking the under on 80, and you're telling me that I think 80 is good. I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying they're going. We're on the same page.
Yeah, we are.
Bottom
we're
5
all taking
under 80 points. That's all I'm saying.
We're all taking the under. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Bet365. On the other, let's look at divisions. Divisions, there will be.
I thought you said visions. I'm like, what?
You have visions? Night visions?
You got a vision board?
I've always got, always do.
Like an idealist?
Always do. I think they put them all in here. Go ahead, Jack. Throw it up. Let's get her going here. Or is that, are we overheating right across the board? So they'd kind of stagger them here. There's no real kind of
alphabetical.
We're doing there.
Toronto near your bottom there,
and Florida
plus 250. Florida 210. Then you've got Boston at 450. I don't know what to think about Boston when something like that Swayman thing happens. I think it'll be fine. I think he's fine.
Yeah, it's just odd because they've always had guys buy in there with everyone took a bit of a discount, right?
Very unselfish.
That was kind of the team philosophy. This is the first time a guy now, do they fall off the map? Probably not. I think they're still a good team. I don't know.
I think they're good.
Montreal's up and coming. Ottawa should be better. Detroit should be better. Don't know what to make of Tampa Bay anymore. And the Sabres, I think, go 14th time in a row of missing the playoffs. I don't see how they do it.
I think Florida takes a step back. Their
So do I.
blue line is dramatically different. Montour, OEL.
It wasn't that great
another
last
guy.
year, some of those guys.
Well, I mean,
they won.
won the
So
cup. It's gonna be that bad. But yeah, they're gonna be putting some guys into some minutes that have no business playing the minutes there. Edmonton's doing the same thing, to be fair. Like Ty Emberson was at 6'7" in San Jose. He's playing second pair in Edmonton. But like Nico Mikkola and Dmitry Kulikov are their second pair. That's a third pair from last year. They delete OEL, they delete Montour. There's Adam Boquist's a regular. Uvis Belinskis. I've never heard of this guy. The Panthers blue line is completely overhauled. That's going to hurt this group. I don't like them at all at 210 to win that division.
And smudge hockey over the last 2 years.
Smudge.
Cup final, back-to-back years. Now you've won it. They've been just boozing all summer.
Now Hurricanes.
And I just to go back in the Bruins, best team ever 2 years ago. Bit of a backward step last year. Everyone's another year older. Marchand a year older. The goalie thing, Allmark we know is gone. I just wonder if they could be poised for another step back. I don't know.
I like the number on Boston, 4 or something.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
Plus 450.
Yeah, like I would have them in the same territory as Florida.
Defenseman. He looked awesome.
Yeah.
Low,
Mason Lowry.
Lowry. Big, mobile. Yeah.
So that's the Atlantic. And you've got the Sabres.
Not making it for year 14.
I've been a Senators hater for about a half decade, mocking them when they say the rebuild's over and things like
One of
that.
the most boring franchises in NHL.
I would be stunned if they don't actually take the jump we've been expecting for 4 years this year, because they had bottom 3 in the NHL net minding, I think, like each of the last 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Disheartening.
And they continue to add like Sandersons and, now like there's just good young players coming. Yakimchuk next year. Not that helps them this year, but I think it's time for the Sens. I really do.
It's definitely time, but I'm with you. I would have probably defaulted there last year. I thought there would have been some growth, and it sure at times felt like
they still had shitty goaltending, right?
Yeah, they got Greeny now.
New coach. Everybody loves him.
Is that right?
Except here.
And
Next up is the Metro. Big money there for the Blue Jackets if you want it.
I'm good, thanks.
This is again, it's just to win the division. New Jersey, Carolina, the Rangers at plus 260. Last year's President's Trophy winners, plus 260.
It's a good number.
Flyers were dead last in the East last year?
They were in a playoff spot like Christmas, remember? And then they tailspin. They weren't dead last because Columbus was way ahead.
Right.
By the way, where'd they pick? In the low teens? Lukchenko?
My concern with jumping in on the Flyers, I think it improved team, got that kid coming in. He's going to be good. When does Torts
wear they got the what is it? The Couturier time bomb? Is it Couturier and he that healthy scratching him?
Yes, in big games.
That's not ideal.
Islanders, I think we feel they're old.
They got a great goalie who had a bad year last year. If he's not sensational, they're cooked.
Great goalie who had back surgery?
I don't know what's going
on in the off season. Anyway, my just looking at that there, I feel like the Rangers is pretty good value for a team that was rolling a year ago, and I don't think there's any backward step there.
I mean, you could be backwards off of President's Trophy, but they're still really good.
Yeah,
Devils are going to be better.
Devils, it's funny. They missed the playoffs, and they are a top 5 cup odds a lot of places all summer. They are favored to win a division. You don't have to see that. Like, that's how much of an off year it was last year. Expectations were high last year. They've addressed the goaltending. They had Ottawa level goaltending last year. It didn't matter who was in net. It was awful. And the Canes are just always around. So it's a 3-horse race.
And you look there, maybe they're already undefeated, the Devils.
2-game head start.
What an unreal start to the season.
Great start.
Yeah, great start. From there, we go to the Central. That's in the West. We're kind of...
I thought it was Central.
Midwest?
Yeah.
Central.
West Central. Tough for the Hawks, plus 9,000. The hockey club in there at plus 2,000. Not a lot of love for the Blues or the Wild. Dallas Stars plus 190. The pick there to come out of the Central.
Avs are interesting because when is Nichushkin back? Is he ever back? What does he look like? The last game he played, he lifted the cup. That's a while ago for for Landeskog, and Nichushkin's not eligible to return from his 6-month suspension without pay until November. But what's he been doing? Has he been posing with AKs and Hummers?
That's the thing. It's hard to even depend on him.
I wouldn't have
in any way.
No,
if Landeskog is anything like he used to be.
And so the challenge is, if those guys aren't great, that's a ton of money locked up in.
It is a ton of money, but then you think, who do they have? Oh, they got
still got McCarr, still
and McCarr.
Rantanen.
Rantanen's pretty damn good. Like,
yeah, no, it's
got
just when you
Taves
start measuring them against Dallas. If you had Nichushkin right and a healthy Landeskog, oh yeah, I'll take him. But without, I don't know. And then Nashville's the big July 1 spenders, Dino.
I was going to say Nashville figure out what they are.
I think they overdid it
because you hate Stamkos. Just
no, I just think that they went out. Isn't it the exact thing where we talk about with teams going after free agents?
We'll see. I mean, I kind of like the free agents they got. I don't feel like it's like Stevenson and Montour. I really like Marchessault and Stamkos. They had, how many rings between the two of them? 3? 4?
Well, and again,
40 goals last year.
It's not about what they've done to this point. It's
40 goals last year.
What are they now? And is there enough? Is there the same amount of talent around with the Predators as there was in Tampa Bay for Stamkos? That's
no, they don't have a Cooch, but
right. So I mean, it's 40 goals, but
again, where was Nashville in points compared to Tampa last year?
I don't know.
Pretty similar, I guess. Like they both were wild card / 3 seeds.
It was a weird pivot for sure, because you had to feel like they were ready to move to Ashkarov in net and maybe go young, and then all of a sudden, no, we're going to keep Saros, and now Ashkarov, you're out. And while we're doing this, we may as well try and win now. And then Stamkos comes in. I really feel a year ago, if you were to ask them, are you going to have Stamkos and Marchessault and a brand new contract for Saros on the books to start 24-25? I don't think there was any of that in the.
I felt like this was always the move with Saros. Like I didn't get why you've got a top 5 or 6 goalie. I think he's finished top 6 in Vezina voting like 4 years in a row while this was happening. They were like always going to keep him, but they were playing hard.
They drafted. They had the next goalie in waiting. That's what they've done. They had Pecorine for.
They were very close to being eliminated from the playoffs last year, and then not being eliminated, but they went on a super hot run. To push
the U2 Vegas concert.
They sold at the deadline 2 years ago and went on an incredible heater, and Winnipeg backed their way into one of the final playoff spots. That was the disappointing Sutter Calgary year. And it was like, oh crap, like maybe the youth is ahead of schedule in Nashville. The Novak, Evangelista, Stasnys that you'd never heard of. Last year with a very young team, excellent. And then you add 2 40-goal guys. Yeah, they're longer in the tooth, but no one thinks Stamkos and Marchessault aren't good anymore.
Is Marchessault a 40-goal guy?
Yeah, scored 40.
Is he a 40-goal guy?
No, he'd be scored 30. Well, yeah. I mean, I only say it because it's the only time in free agency a team's had 2 40-goal guys. That was this summer, Barry Trotz.
Specific.
My kid says specifically. He doesn't understand.
He does,
It's the wrong word.
Well, it's all that school he's missing.
Seriously.
Everyone loves the Oilers. Plus 100.
Even money.
Almost not worth betting on them.
They don't win the division often. Didn't last year.
Sharks
the year before that.
Sharks a long way down, as are the Ducks. Flames plus 2,200 to win the division.
22-1. You can dance.
What do we feel about because we'll do maybe some bold and some stuff tomorrow. You look at that. What do you feel about the Pacific today?
What do I feel
as far as who's going to win this thing?
I'm the one team I've lost sight of is Vegas.
Yeah, I don't know what they are.
Like 2 years ago, they won.
And when Mark Stone is healthy, he's great. Where's he at now? Are we going to get a lot of healthy Mark Stone between now and the end?
I have a guess.
I have a guess too.
Yeah.
I wonder what the odds on that would be.
Yeah, I do have a guess as to how that's going to roll. But yeah, and again, Vancouver, no one really picked them a year ago. They win the division. Can they replicate it? They do not have Demko to start the season.
I like the DeBruscad. I think they sneakily rebuilt that D better than people think. Old Sugar's coming in there to play the big guy, third pair. And they've like that Daniel Sprong in preseason too.
Kings.
I don't know about this group. How
Doughty, much? Obviously.
How much was Pouty Pants a factor in that room last year?
I think it was a big part of it. They couldn't get everyone to buy in. Anyway, I don't know.
Pouty Pants, of course, being
Pierre-Luc Dubois.
Yeah.
I mean, we heard comments from Doughty.
Guys
like,
won't.
The coach got fired and basically said people are playing for themselves. Like Pierre-Luc Dubois was a major issue there. And that doesn't mean he can't be good in Washington, but what it meant was that last year, that was a big part of what they really got off to a great start. Didn't they win like 16 games in a row on the road to start or some point streak or something? Yeah. And then they just sort of barely snuck in.
I would expect they're going to be good. And are those kids?
What kids? They gave a bunch to Winnipeg. They gave Faber to Minnesota.
I want to call him Bufflin, but
the second overall pick.
Byfield. Yeah, Byfield's good. Yeah. But it's more just like Turcotte, Kaliev. Like there's just some guys like
they never really turned competitive and hard. But
Fiala, Adrian Kempe.
Oh, those are older guys. Yeah, we're kids. Those guys are close to 30.
How old's Kempe?
God, he's been
start
there
getting up there now. He was there when they won.
They don't feel like an old team to me. I guess but that said, I don't know what they are either.
Yeah,
I feel like I think they could win the division. You'd be like, oh wow, you look
at a good year. What's their goalie?
They got Kemper back in that deal, right?
That's
there again.
Charlie Lindgren took your job. Where are you at?
There again. Hard to know. Stinking Oilers.
Stinking Oilers indeed. And Vegas, I do wonder about. I don't know.
Yeah. Individuals. There's trophies at the end of the year. It's the NHL awards. We all hate it.
We've been there.
Well, yeah, so I guess
you went all pouty pants because that's where you ran into Taves. You had the cup.
Yeah. Get that thing out of here.
Turned down sushi.
Hated it.
No, I went and had the sushi and then the cup.
You did have the sushi. Some of the best ever, you said.
Real good.
The cup?
That would be good too.
No, Art Ross. Gotcha. So the Art Ross, I don't know who he is.
So I want to start with the Lady Bing.
I don't know who he is, but no surprise.
Not a lot of guys named Art anymore, are there?
No.
That one guy that wasn't funny.
Connor McDavid, the odds-on favorite here. Then McKinnon, Kucherov, Leon, and Pasternak. Don't mind Leon at a plus thou there. That's
10-1,
right? For
yeah. And McKinnon won last year. It's just, how does McDavid not win? There's a list of things that can happen. He gets hurt.
Injuries would be,
He gets sick.
He's been so durable.
Or he quits since the Giordano.
Yeah.
Where they made a documentary about how he rehabbed an injury in the offseason.
EGO back. So that's the Art Ross for top scoring player, which is generally a forward.
Is that right?
Yeah. Usually that's a forward that wins.
Remember the last D that won it?
Sure do. To the Hart. Hart Trophy most valuable player. But is it most valuable or player deemed to be the most important part?
How valuable could you be if you missed the playoffs?
The small print, I can't see.
McDavid, McKinnon, Auston Matthews, Jack Hughes,
Kitch.
There again, it feels like.
Why is there no goalies?
There's no Ratnan in there. I don't know what you're reading. It's Robertson.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's Kucherov.
Kucherov. Pasternak, Kaprizov.
I feel again like Leon's the value here.
You're a big Leon lover.
Is there a Shesterkin? Because he's going to.
Doesn't go to goalies often. When was the last goalie who won MVP?
Utah.
Is it Jose?
It was
Jose Tietor robbing Ginla? Or was it Shesterkin a few years ago?
I don't know. You ask me these
sports show
questions for. The Calder goes to the Rookie of the Year. Shane Calder. Oddly, never won the Calder.
Oddly.
Weird. They named it after him before he even got to the league.
Yeah.
That's odd.
I think he got robbed of it, so that's why they named him.
Mishkov of the Flyers.
Yeah.
We see him in Calgary on Saturday. Macklin Celebrini, Logan Stankoven.
Stank.
Lane Hudson, the Hab defenseman.
A lot of buzz around Lane Hudson.
Cutter Gauthier.
By the way, in January, the Ducks visit the Flyers. I'd like to put that forth as our trip of the year. Go watch him get beat up in Philly. People throw batteries at him.
Yeah. And you can't, like on our screen, not everybody else's, but there is a Dustin Wolf at the bottom of your screen for Rookie of the Year. Calder.
What kind of numbers are
16-1. Plus 1,600.
Maybe Shane Calder would present.
Mm-hmm. He'd come down.
Yeah, for sure.
No, is it Kyle Calder that they named the American League championship?
That's right.
Because there's two,
yeah.
different trophies.
He played in Regina. Shane Calder played in Saskatoon.
Saskatchewan?
The Jack Adams. That's for Coach of the Year.
Actually, Dean, it's for the coach who exceeds expectations.
Yeah,
we joke about
coach of the team we thought would be awful, but weren't.
And actually weren't awful.
Yeah. Sheldon Keefe. You love Keefe.
You're a big
Yeah,
Keefe guy?
big fan.
Yeah.
I remember he went on the end of the dock. And
The thing of it
water
is,
behind him.
Was nice.
Right, you go and coach the
Heartfelt.
Leafs. We get force fed you so much. He might be great. He could be a very good coach, very nice guy, but we're just so programmed to dislike.
He did win a series there. No other Leafs coach has done that in like what, decades?
Forever.
19 years. And yeah, again, the people like the Devils. That's not a bad pick. Your boy Bruno
Bruno.
in Nashville. You didn't even talk about that.
Might
That's
be
bad.
up there.
There you go.
Craig Berube of the Leafs, Travis Green, Knobloch, John Hines.
Knobloch's gonna be tough. Everyone has them finishing first. How are you gonna?
How do you?
How do you beat expectations?
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
Take that back.
The Oilers win 75 games. Yeah, but
Runner up.
They were supposed to.
McDavid and Draisaitl, right?
Yeah.
The Vezina, that's for best goaltender.
Goaltender.
This is where you're going to find your Shesterkin
Yeah,
because he's a
he can
goaltender.
be the best goaltender, but he can't be the best player.
That's where you get your Sturk right here.
Some Swayman love in there. Connor Hellebuck,
Just for the Hellebuck.
Thatcher Demko.
Tough for him.
Sorokin.
If you're not playing, how you winning?
Any wild? Would you be tempted out of the?
If I could read him,
Aside from Shesterkin, you need to get some glasses, buddy. You want to borrow mine?
I could also full screen this for him. That might help.
oof, Markstrom.
They are
I'm going
blinding.
Markstrom.
Better. Markey at 10-1.
He's gonna have a good team around him.
Well, you just learned today he wasn't in Calgary anymore.
Um,
That's some quick analysis there.
Oh, he's not
Yeah,
wrong. I like New
probably.
Jersey's supporting staff better.
Sure.
You don't like that pick?
No, I do.
Where's
I got no
Askarov?
problem.
Didn't they pick him over Saros? Where's he on the list? Oh, he's in the American League. Got it.
Oh boy.
He was hurt. He'll be back.
The Norris. How many Norrises?
2.
I was
Wow.
gonna say.
Good for you.
Adam and
Well,
lot of
Mike, the firefighter.
A
was
lot of
just doing
people thought that year it should have been Rob Blake, but it's not all about numbers, Retro.
no
Not all about numbers.
Hart.
Cale Makar, Adam Fox, Quinn Hughes, Bush Bombs, Heiskanen.
Do you remember
Yos.
when Carlson would win this trophy because he
No,
just put
I
out so
don't.
many points, you just had to sort of just give it to him? I think we're entering that territory for Evan Bouchard. Like, he was a point and a half a game in the playoffs last year. I'd be stunned if he doesn't get 100 points in Edmonton. I mean, health, obviously, but that power play has been clicking at like 33% for 3-4 years.
That just, and I'm not trying to pin you in. 100 points. That's somebody's got to take that bet.
well,
I don't know that I wouldn't take that,
Carlson did 2 years ago.
but if you would go, I'll put Bouchard at 100 points.
Yeah, it's more of a bold. Here's what I think he can do. No, I wouldn't set the over under there, but I'll look at his over under and go points over for sure. Because I just, you look at what he did in the playoffs, the toughest time of year to play. You look at last year's breakout year, he was 80 plus. Like,
I know.
he improved on that in the playoffs? Like, why not? Is there so much depth on that Edmonton blue line? He's not going to be playing
He was
25 minutes a
playing
night.
30
Like, what are you
minutes in
talking
ex-
about?
Yeah, he played 28 in exhibition.
If he doesn't get hurt, it's 100 points.
That might be the biggest concern. You're playing too
Yeah.
much.
That's maybe a telltale sign when you're
Well, and how old's
28.
Ekholm? Is he 35? They're going to ask him to do the same. Like, that decor. Whew.
yeah.
We're pinning our hopes on that.
Yeah, we really are.
So that's the Norris.
Carrying a lot of weight for us.
I got cheer for Makar there.
Yeah, ditto.
Good cheer for Makar there.
He's going to win some more trophies for he signs here in 2028.
And then
New rank.
the Cup champ. Who's going to win it all?
I think
It's called the Stanley Cup.
Is Hockey Club available?
I think they were a little too far down on this one. Oilers, Devils, Panthers.
Devils are second now.
I've got the
Jeez.
Devils.
And you got Panthers, Dallas, Carolina.
All similar little bands.
All similar. I guess Carolina a little bit. Colorado, Rangers, Canucks.
Leafs 14-1. Yeah.
I just hope that hockey
Please
gods.
God.
I don't want to
Listening
bring
now.
religion into it, but Please, hockey gods, for the love.
There's any sacrifice we can make to
you
you.
gave us
hockey
such a
gods.
great scare last year. That was all fun and games. Like hey, you got us. Wow,
Aha.
Game 7. Hey, geez, nailed by. That's all the fun we need.
And really, what we love to see is these rivalries get better. So if they could lose to Vancouver in the first or second round, that would really help with the interest. No blood clots for Besser in Game 7 this year. Maybe Demko could play. That'd be great. Thanks, hockey gods. Love you.
Breaking news, or what are you
No.
ordering lunch?
I should be.
Futures pick.
Starving.
I had a thought and then I forgot, so I thought I'd go
Write it
back to
down.
my phone to break it out.
I'll write it
but
down. What do you got?
that's just what I said. I
Always
couldn't
right here.
remember because I
You let
was
me know. I'll write it down.
looking for my notes, so I put it on my phone.
Okay. Not in there.
In that book.
But you made that
Book.
Hey, Jack, remember that binder?
Sports
Remember
book.
that binder. So there you go. That's and again for Bet365. If you haven't already, go and grab the app. Open up an account. What better time?
There's no better time. Why wait?
Week 5 of NFL's through. Hockey starting. Playoff baseball. Use the promo code FN bonus when you sign up. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Ooh, yeah.
Do we want to make 3 bold predictions tomorrow? Because I basically just did one right now.
That's a great one.
Isn't that bad?
I like it.
So that's the vibe we want. Okay.
Sure.
100 points boosh.
Well, part of it,
It's a big number.
it's
That's why
a
it's fun.
big number.
Yeah.
And I'd almost be rooting for it to happen because it's so bold.
Okay.
And I'd hate it.
It's regular season.
If you made a big bet on that, you'd be so torn. God, I've got that.
I gotta check on
not for that.
365.
He only cares about them losing in the playoffs.
I've got
Oh,
that.
100%.
The regular
yeah.
season stuff.
No, like make no mistake. This is cup or bust 2.0. Last year was a bust. Sorry, those are the rules. When you call it cup or bust, you don't win the cup. It's a bust. Cup or bust. It's very simple rules.
Cupper.
Cup or
Cupper.
bust.
Cupper bust. Is that what you wear with a tux?
Cumber bump.
Kunder.
Cumbersome?
Something
Hareem.
like that. Yeah. Exciting.
Yeah. And we'll cup predictions tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll do cup predictions. We'll do some bold.
Good.
We'll have some real giggles on the show
I hope
tomorrow.
we can find time for noodles.
Noodles will be in.
Get his predictions.
Oh yeah.
Although, you know what? Everyone's just gonna pick Edmonton. We're done with these predictions from other people.
It's true.
Everyone
the
is picking
standard
Edmonton.
predictions are quite lame.
They are. The only thing encouraging part is when this many people make the same pick, it never happens. It's like the
Oh,
President's Trophy curse.
That's right.
Oilers should be good in the Florida won last year, so
It's really stepping out.
Yeah, it is. Jack, how do you think? How do you feel?
I feel good. These cameras are overheating. They're
Which
the two
is-
older ones, which I'm a little worried about.
It's like
And
the
this
Oilers, too old.
hard drive
Day
is
off
very
tomorrow.
hot.
Too old.
Too
yeah.
old.
Son
They
of a
need-
gun,
Its
day
offer
off.
sheets killed those cameras. They're too
Yeah.
old now.
But this shot won't ever go away. It doesn't seem like so.
Oh, that's good.
And same with that one.
Yeah.
I got to go to the dome tonight.
What?
They're doing a thing.
They already had the bonfire
I
thing.
got to do it with Steiny.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a draft. They've stolen my ideas.
They have.
Yeah.
Glad you're going along with that so well. Really putting up a fight, eh?
Mm.
Because they're playing nice, right? They're letting people come on our show.
Oh yeah,
but
Yeah,
it's
they
not-
wouldn't- they
it's-
wouldn't tell
this
people
is
not
It
to.
can't be
Flames-
there. It's not their
Flames
thing.
directive.
Yeah.
Ah, I see.
That's interesting.
We didn't ask Jack about his Penguins. Because I don't know that we need another Jackometer, but he's a big Pens guy.
We talked Pens when you were gone.
Okay, then that's
I'm
fine.
not too high on them.
Never mind. We'll move.
Well, yeah, I mean, not everybody watches every show, Jack.
I guess. I mean, there's not much more to say. I think they're a mid-pack team, maybe a wild card team.
Everything goes right, they're in. Things go
Yeah.
wrong, they're out.
It's exciting when they're in, though.
Yeah, it is. It's
Like we want to see Sid in the
man.
playoffs.
Sid. Don't like that extension.
What?
I mean, it's like you're gonna take less money and not go to the playoffs for a few years. Damn it! I really
Don't
wanted
like
to see
it
him
for
out
who?
for Sid.
He's a
I
good guy.
wanted to see him try to win another cup
Sidney
here.
Crosby shit because he's showing loyalty to the franchise.
I love it for the Penguins.
So,
So,
yeah,
to be
so
clear,
what-
to be clear, I love it for the Penguins.
You just mean from a fan perspective?
I want to see Sid make a run for a cup. I don't see it happening in Pittsburgh.
Listen here,
Is
you
that
putz,
reasonable?
Sid, you're here to entertain us, and it's not entertaining to have you sit in Pittsburgh. Move your ass.
Go visit your Cole Harbor pal in Colorado. Let's go.
Move your ass.
It's- I love it for the team. It's incredible the discount he's given them. He's incredibly loyal. He has no interest in money. He has like 2 sponsors, not
Just
1,000.
when you brought it up, I thought you were criticizing
No.
the Penguins.
I did too.
I don't like that deal.
I just wish, like, could he win another cup? How would it happen? Like, they're
It's
just
a
not
selfish
close there.
take, is what it is. I understand
Hockey
his take
fans.
now. It's
Yeah, we
hockey.
all
He
wanna
wants
see
to
him
see him
lift
go
it
to
again.
the Rangers and win a cup or wherever.
Colorado to play with his buddy. Yeah.
Only Colorado.
No Gensel there this year.
Nope. They do have the old Leaf Carolina bunting.
Yeah,
He was good down the stretch.
He's great.
he was good down the stretch.
He was.
Kenny Pickett.
Got some
Vibes there.
Spencer Fu vibes.
Yeah,
He was
that's what
real
we
good
got
down the
there.
stretch.
So that's it for today. Appreciate you for jumping in for as much as you did today, if you did at all. Tomorrow, game day, helmets,
Oh my
McLennan,
God.
bold predictions, and some deep analysis on the Blackhawks Hockey Club match
Gonna be good.
that's going to be taking place tonight.
Deep.
So deep. That'll do it. See you, buddies.